Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. Gas by my side. Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Hey. Ah!
G'day, Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs, and it's the live every Tuesday night, and it's a big night tonight. Season well and truly on the line. Free ticket giveaway thanks to Gas, and also opportunity to win another signed jersey, so you can get more tickets for that as well. All your chats, all the stuff we want to talk about, it's all going to be here tonight on Tuesday as usual. Look, I've probably gone a bit dramatic with Cameron Ciraldo has swung the axe, but we know 70% of the time there is one or two changes from Team Tuesday until game day, and Cherry's been completely left out of the squad, which probably is a very good decision, I think, in the end. Look, whether subconsciously he has been unable to match his pay, what he's being paid and what he's producing over the last couple of weeks. And I forgot about Marcello, even though I talked about him playing in New South Wales Cup. But he comes into the squad at the expense of Bronson Cherry, and Anari Tuala takes his place in the side. But there could be a whole host of changes. Kikau could come in. We're going to go through them all. What are all the different possibilities of how we think it may look? And then obviously we look at what we would probably prefer for our own point of view. Yes, so lots been happening, guys. Lots of talk. And as usual on NRL 360, they did the big set, production on how on who will be the next halfback in line and who should be in line and all that sort of stuff, according to Braith and Asta. But let's say a quick g'day to you, Gas, and we'll go say hello to everyone. So we've got Snopsy who was on here first. All things positive episode. We're getting spoiled. Showy says, hello, legends. Always looking forward to our chats, Mick. Hope you slept well last night. Hopefully you won't yawn as much as tonight. You yawn that much Sunday, it nearly put you to sleep. Tony said, thank God Ciraldo will. The Axe on Cherry had to sit out this week. We have too many hard-playing players with Ticker who need to be back in the side, i.e. Anari Tuala. G'day, lads. G'day, Dave. G'day, Timmy. Good. G'day to you. G'day, Ryan. G'day to James or to Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. We're going to win the battle of the, you say it, Gas,
Khod.
the Quad Cup, big time.
Khod.
G'day to Lucas. G'day to Sayed. Also, g'day to Bulldogs Mike. And who else is on there already?
Sayed, yeah.
Brian, welcome to you. You're here in time, buddy. Few more people to come along and say hello. But how are you going, Gas? What's been happening, my friend?
Lucas has already given you 20 on the pay ID. Thank you, Lucas. Add that to the total, mate. Yeah, guys, it's all good. We've all had a few days to digest the loss the other day. We for those of you who came on Sunday night for the review, thank you. Hope that calmed you down a little bit after the disappointing game. But we start again this week. Teams have been named. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of games to be played. I love the 6 and 7 this week. The way that he's put them out there, playing a bit of games. Ciraldo, love it. It's good stuff. But yeah, this is a big game for us. The Tigers have been the team that's really given it to us lately, especially more. Off the field, the whole Galvin thing, everything. It's just been a bit of a rivalry game now. So we really need to get one back on them and just, get our season back. Because it's funny, when we won 3 in a row and 4 from 5, everyone's talking about how we're a chance to make the 8 and we're coming good and everything. We lose one game and everyone's already saying that we're no chance and we're gone. And I'm not even talking about our supporters. I'm just talking about straight away from the media narrative. It's all doom and gloom and all of this stuff. Our supporters, that's another disappointment in itself. So that's but yeah, so there's a lot to prove, a lot on the line, and you're only as good as your next week. So this game that we play, we really need to look. I'll put it this way, guys. If we had won against Canberra and we'd beaten Tigers but somehow lost against Warriors, everyone would have said, yeah, okay, we played well, whatever. But if we turn it around now and win the next 2 games, we got to put it that way and basically turn it around so we can still get the same sort of result and then move from there. Huge donation there from Shoei. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you so much, buddy. 10 tickets into that jersey.
There's the jersey there, guys. It's got all the signatures on it. All done and ready to go. Fresh jersey. So awesome stuff there. Yeah, thanks for your contribution, guys. But yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at. So let's get into it. Let's get into it and go from there.
Thank you so much. So let's keep that going, everybody. Beautiful stuff. We'll go through everyone's comments as we usually do. So it says, keen to get out for the Tigers game this week. Hopefully get a decent crowd, but realistically think we'll get 15 to 20. Look, I think there'll be more than the Raiders game just because I'm expecting
locals to turn up.
5,000 Tigers fans to turn up at least. Like, they're not too far away. So, yeah, I'm thinking 23,000 is probably the crowd we'll get. Although we'll see if some of those who left early. I posted that clip of Gas getting stuck into people leaving early. It went a little bit viral by our standards. We're a small community deliberately. And a lot of people took offense, like especially those who left 10 or 13 minutes early. Gas actually stipulated he's not talking about the people who leave 10 minutes before the game or people who've traveled for a long time or people who had someone who was sick or whatever. You don't have to answer to Gas. He's talking about the probably 4,000 or 5,000 that left with 30 minutes to go because of the scoreboard. So that's who he was talking about. But we'll move on. It's a new game and people can do what they want, but we can also say what we want as well. So there you go. What's happening?
Big
Tigers
happy birthday. big happy birthday today to Lockie Galvin, guys, who turned
Yep.
21. So he's a legal age now to do whatever he wants in most countries. And I'm sure that there'll be a lot of Tiger supporters on Saturday coming out to also wish him a happy birthday as well, guys. I'm sure they're very keen to come out and wish him a happy 21st as well. So the crowd should swell up a bit just by that alone.
Well, let's see if it does, mate. Let's see if it does. Look, it's hard to. We are the All Things Positive channel. We do stay strong, and we look to how we can win every week rather than trying to prepare our egos for disappointment. We actually, we cop the disappointment big time. And I just watched that watch along, which was really hard viewing from my point of view, to watch that fatty sit there carrying on. And I actually forgot about the Bronson Cherry little chip for himself at the end. That actually really upset me at the time, which I didn't even realize.
Might have been called something selfish, maybe, or something off memory.
Sorry. So look, it's
raw emotion, guys. Raw emotion on the spot. See,
I'm sorry for the C words and everything else, but that's the thing, I talk about. If you're wearing another jersey, I don't care. All the stuff I talk about with the Dogs and with us and that sort of thing. Game day, live. When it comes to the other team, I do not care. I don't care if people get their bones broken. Don't care. Does not worry me at all. After the game, reflection. God, that was a bit overboard, maybe. I'm sorry for how I acted, but during the game, it's all raw, it's all emotional, and it's and that's what it should be about, and that's where it should end. It shouldn't be that I don't then need to go on and say Noah Martin is this, that, and the other. What did you think about that shoulder into Crichton? Like, I know from the Joby was 100% right. Like, from the first thing, it's like, oh, he's barely clipped him. But then when you look at it, like if you bump someone who's unprotected just with a little shoulder and you're that big and tough, it's going to hurt. If you get him in the right spot, it's going to hurt. I think part of it might have been how he collapsed as well. Might have also done it the way he fell.
Well, he got done on his haunches. Got done on his haunches first. Then he went down. It was sort of like a bit of a delayed reaction for him. Sort of he went down first on his haunches, and then he sort of went down. But it was, for me, it was definitely late. It was still something, because when you pass the ball like that, you kind of relax. You relax. So naturally you relax. That's why there's a lot of injuries when someone's passed, because they naturally relax. You're not tensed up. You're not ready for the contact. So when you've relaxed like that, even if it's just momentarily, and someone clips you like that, it does hurt. Yeah, it does hurt. Like a lot of people, have been injured from that sort of different stuff like that before. But that was definitely late. So irrespective of sort of how he clipped him, it was still late.
And an injury, a player's stretched it off. Normally, that's just fundamental. Okay, there's a consequence to that late action. Penalty. Yeah. You're in the bin or something. But instead, we got 10 minutes of Andrew Voss and Michael Ennis telling us how not only was it because nothing's been done about that, how he should also get off from the judiciary. And maybe he should have. Maybe it wasn't a suspendable thing or a finable thing. I'm fine with that. I don't care. But they just went on and on. Like, who are they to tell everyone how it should be run? Sometimes I feel like, though, that there is, like, the bunkers are a little bit connected sometimes to the narratives that are on the TV at the time. Like, sometimes I feel that is a case. It's like everyone agrees this has happened, so let's just go with it because to save ourselves any embarrassment. I don't know. Who knows? It's all I know is that game needs to be it's Tiger time.
That's it.
We got to get the Tigers back in the bin, guys. We've got to get the Tigers back in the bin.
G'day, Bulldogs, Mike. Say it, I wouldn't underestimate the Tigers. They always get up for us. So hopefully that'll fire up our boys even more. Yeah, we've had
100%.
our week off after the bye, guys. The guys had some time off after the bye, and they were up for the first 15 minutes, but once we got a few things going against us, it sort of just snowballed, and they didn't look like they were 22-point halftime leaders. Like, on the scoreboard, you look and you go, hang on a sec, we had 3 chances. We could have easily been, leading that game 18-12 or something, or whatever it could have been. And a 40-20 that wasn't, etc. All those things. Carraz tackle that wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
All these things like added up, and once you look at it, then eventually we ran out of puff. Like, it was just demoralizing to keep copying that negativity. But they should have been better at execution. I mean, Harry did well to get down and get that ball. It just didn't ice it and put it down. That changes the game. You get an early try like that, which for us, we haven't been getting those early ones. We've been working hard and doing the grind, and then eventually getting those early points. That would have been a good confidence booster for them just to do that. So they would have been working on that during the week as well, saying, let's get out, let's get a positive start, put them under pressure. They've been struggling. Let's just keep the ball rolling and, make them have to earn it. Even when we were down by 6 and 12, you felt like if we score next, we can come back. 22, you're asking for miracles again like we did last year. It was just tough ask. And probably, like we said, fortunate not to hit the 50 mark the way they sort of came out, and we just allowed things to happen as well. So, but
we don't give up. That's the thing. They don't give up. So
they
people say,
trying.
they had no heart. They had this and that. It's just so such simplified rubbish. It's like, okay, well, you deal with it that way. But to go out there and say this, that, and the other, it was frigging disappointing. And there was some moments in that match where I feel there was individual cases where not enough heart was shown.
Yes,
by individuals, but they hurt their team.
They hurt their this week. Some of them are not there this week. So
that's right. That's it.
So the coaches see these things, and they decide what they want to do after that.
That's it.
And they've done that. So
another contribution from Mr. Incredible. So guys, I actually haven't spoken, but let's read this out. Hey, gents, if Kickout comes in this week, do you see Salmon moving to lock and Harry to the bench? I think Harry's better option, but where does that leave Salmon? Look, I think Salmon will go back to lock if Kickout starts and goes to left. Preston will go back to the right, and Salmon, in my opinion, will go to the lock position. He was the best player in our team on the weekend in a tough game for the team. And I think that Salmon is in a situation now where he isn't. And as I said, we've said it plenty of times, he hasn't been taking as many touches of the ball to create space for the off the block plays for like 3 to 4 weeks before he made that move to the edge. And that was probably one of his best games on the edge, to be honest. His line running was good, so I think Harry, obviously we love Harry, but statistically Salmon's been, and I know stats aren't everything, but a lot of people refer to Salmon's stats. Oh, he's only had 6 run-ups and he's only made 64 meters, from that lock position. Oh, he's made 43 tackles but missed 5. So they look at the 5 misses. He's taken the run. He's too slow, all this sort of shit. When the reality is that the coaches see it far differently. And when I say coaches, I'm talking about all of them. Jason Taylor, fucking Adam O'Brien, Luke Vella, everybody involved, as well as the coach, as well as Gus. And obviously the main man who's making the decisions. He knows who's passing the ball properly. He knows why the team are getting suffocated on the edges before they're getting the ball. There's a whole range of issues as to why that happens. And even on the weekend, we see what happens when we have a ruck speed where Leo Thompson's playing the ball at 2.8 seconds per hit up 15 times in a game or 19 times in a game to then having to do 4-second play the balls against the Raiders. And it's not because he was being monstered by Tarpini and all these players. It's because they were cheating in the friggin' ruck. Okay, and even though they got six agains against them, they kept doing it. So it just gets to that point where someone had to go in the bin. It had to be talked to about that, and they weren't. They were allowed to do it, and they got away with it. They always knew they were going to get away with it, and they did it. And that's how it went down. So when we do that, our edges can't get early ball, and that's why you probably didn't see Cherry and Burton really get involved as far as getting the ball out to them, because they sort of had to do it a different way. And once the game was over, then it sort of opened up a bit. But yeah, Sean O'Sullivan, we'll talk about what he's going to bring. You know, everyone carrying on. Why isn't he got the 7 jersey on and all this sort of stuff? Like, seriously, we're sick of explaining this, but we'll continue to try and educate. It depends how. Look, he'll probably have 60, 70 touches, but he still may not even play. Like, Critter may line up and play on the weekend, and I'd say he'd go straight back to 6. But it does concern me a little, because I felt more confident when Critter was playing that more 7 role, and Critter and Galvin was just running. Obviously, after Origin, he didn't do that. He was more, they're playing each side sort of thing, and Galvin was probably the more on the ball, the more in that Canberra game before things were going well when he was doing that, until everything went wrong. But yeah, so if he's got that injury and there's any concerns on that, he's probably not going to be playing the director role. So yeah, it's interesting what we're both going to come up with tonight and what our thoughts are on that. But yeah, in my opinion, Salmon will go back to 13 and Harry will go to the bench. And probably Lipoy, Hot Boy will be the one to make way. If Kikau is going to play, I have no idea if he'll play. In my opinion, I'd be bringing him off the bench, which we've said a lot, and I'd leave it the way it is. I'd just leave Salmon and Preston and build those combinations from there. But
well, they showed their hand with Preston bringing him off the bench, so that's a sign of things for a player coming back from a longer term injury. So you think if Kikau does come back in, every chance he may come back off the bench as well. So
I think with that, with a fracture in his arm, probably didn't want to risk having that brutal force at the start of a game. If there's any concerns around that, although when they say when a broken bone heals, it's theoretically supposed to be stronger off a fracture, but could break in another spot, I guess. But yeah, it just depends. I think Kikau always needs a few runs. So when I watch him in a trial, it's like he might play one of those trials for 40, 50 minutes, and then he's ready to go by round one. Round one, he's usually really busted by the 80th minute, but after rounds 2, rounds 3, rounds 4, he's starting to hit his straps. Birdo's a bit similar for some reason. But yeah, so maybe Kikau's going to start on the bench, but I don't believe they'll play him in the middle. I think whatever happens, he will. I think he'll start off the bench, Gas, and then Presto will probably swap sides. Kikau will go to left edge, and then Salmon will move back to lock and form, and Harry will probably have a rest. That's probably how it'll go. Kikau will come on when Hayes goes off. Salmon will move in off the edge into the lock, and then Kikau, and then Preston and Kikau swap. So it sounds like a lot of changes, though. I think that's part of the reason why the media and some fans, when we lose, obviously get a leg up in order to criticise about the changes and whatever else, which Braith and that keep talking about.
Let's have a look at these. I truly would rest Critter. Our form without him is excellent. Play SOS. G'day, Brian. Okay. How about the irony now with Luai? They all had a go at Galvin when he left. And now, obviously, guys, if you haven't heard, Luai's officially signed a 1-year deal now with the Parramatta Eels next year in the gap year. between going to P&G. So looks like they will pay him approximately $700,000, and the Tigers will pay the balance of that $500,000 to him for that. So that'll free up $700,000 for them. Basically, is what it looks like. So there's your mate James is back. Why we're knocking the Dogs fans that leave early for a head start. When you come to a game, James, you come there to see a game and you've committed yourself to the time that you got to see the game. You're ready for it. If they win, lose, or draw, you're ready to basically stay there for the duration of the game. That's, if it goes to a golden point like it did a few weeks ago, no one left. Everyone was still hanging back on the edge of their seat. When you leave 30 minutes early, that's a bit of a concern. That's a fair, what do they call them? Fair weather supporters. That's a bit disrespectful. When you see these people getting up and just, that's it. I can't take it. I'm done. I'm leaving. That's disrespectful.
Well, if you live 3 or 4 hours away, which some of them did, and whatever, or if there's certain reasons for it, yeah. But if it's just because of the scoreboard and we're not going to win, and you just live around Sydney somewhere like everyone else.
It took me 3.5 hours to get home, and I stayed to the end. Doesn't matter, guys. Everyone's got their own differences. I still got a long way to travel as well. I'm not around the corner anymore. No. But the difference is, guys, when you commit, you've come there. If it's going to be a golden point, you're not leaving. Trust me. So if you think that players on the field don't notice when people are leaving, you're wrong. They do notice, guys. And it's disheartening for them to see their own fans just walking up the steps, guys, in their droves. It's disheartening for them as well. So if you want to do it, that's fine. You do it. That's your decisions. But I'm just telling you, it's not good from a perspective of supporters and also from the players' side. It's not good overall. That's all I'm saying. So,
the thing is, Gas, the thing they say is, I pay my heart. This is what I mean about entitlement. When they say, I pay my hard-earned cash to go out there, and when they don't turn up on such a special day and blah, 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 and they haven't done that, and they oversimplify the whole team's performance because the fact that they had no chance of winning at that 30-minute mark potentially. After that 40-20 from Paddy, and then they scored the soft try, they was like, nah, I'm out of here, I'm gone.
Yep.
Now, what I have to say to that is that as a fan, it's our job to support. All right, that's how we're part of the club. Of course, we pay our money to be part of the club and to share that legacy. That's what I'm talking about. Terry Lamb doesn't walk away. He could, but he doesn't, because there's more to. Someone made a really great comment today. I think it was Maddie Stone, who watches us quite a bit. There's just as much to see in a loss as there is in a win.
Yeah, true.
And if you want to come there on social media and have your say and be taken seriously and actually contribute to the community with constructive or positive feedback or whatever it is, or your insight, well, you should be staying and giving that perspective from the ground as well. If you want to talk about it, not everyone's into social media and whatever else, and everyone's got their own reasons. Like, honestly, it's just the fact there was so many. And it was like this bandwagon. It was like a bandwagon of people leaving the place as much as the bandwagon of people coming. And that's sort of what Gas is talking about as well. If you're willing to come there and share the good times, share the bad times as well. If a couple of players aren't doing their job, and it wasn't the whole team, there was few individual errors at different moments, which is what we always talk about. But they kept fighting. They kept trying to win. Apart from a few individuals had some moments which made it hard for the whole team. Now, if one individual drops his lollies, does that mean the whole team should drop their lollies as well and give up because that one player isn't doing well? That's like the fans who say, it's the fans' jobs to support. So you stop supporting and doing your job because you don't feel you're being entertained and made feel good. So you leave because there's no chance of winning. So you stop playing, you stop supporting. Well, you're worse than the players out there, is what I'm saying. Because anyway, that's just my perspective. No one has to agree with it. It's James comes on here, he loves the attention. He loves saying negative things. It's not bad to have.
He's talking about the traffic now at Homebush as well. Well, you make that decision when you come to the game as well. Irrespective, whether they win, lose, or draw, you're going to be stuck in the traffic. Just accept it and move on. That's it. You know, whether you're walking from the train or wherever you're coming from, if you come to the game, everyone knows it's a bottleneck when you try to leave. It doesn't matter. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You come there. It's part of the experience. Do you have to be sitting there with a confidence that we've won and beat your horns? And that is that the only way you want to leave? People still. Did you hear what happened the other day? Rabbitohs and Newcastle. There was a full-on punch-up in the car park, guys. Punch-up. I haven't seen it in the media because it wasn't Bulldogs, but it was full-on punch-up. This guy got out of the car and started belting the crap out of someone. So in front of all the people, had to drag these guys away. And there's kids in the car. It was disgusting. So yeah, it's apparently your watch-alongs went down well, mate. Amir says, "Can you please keep doing those? Really enjoyed it."
I'll do my best, mate. It's
hard work, mate. Hard work.
It's hard work, and I don't have too many mates up here. I upset somebody. I think his name's Amir Khan or something like that. He said he's after me now because I said something about his mum when he said something about the team or Ciraldo. That's what I mean. Like, I'm happy to banter with people, but if you start threatening me, expect the cops. I don't mess around with that shit. I got kids. I've got everyone. I got a big family. You know what I mean?
Bulldog Mike, Martin's shoulder was late, not high. Should have been a penalty. Correct, mate. We agree.
That's it. 100%.
Brian, all good, Mick. I definitely wouldn't pass the pup test doing a live watch along. Not many of us will, guys. Not many of us will. So
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
And you forget that and I forgot that it was going and stuff too. Plenty of times.
Yeah, there you go.
Otherwise, I would have tried to look better.
The other thing, guys, if he's watching it live, do you guys want him to be monitoring chats as well or not? That's another question for you guys that was sitting there. If you were typing questions, do you want him to be keeping an eye on him as well? If he's doing it, is that his responsibility? Just a question, guys, just asking. The other James is saying the bad James being cheerful as usual. Thanks for distinguishing yourself, son. That's good, mate. It was a late shot to the shoulder to the spine. If an accidental hip drop can get a suspension, that should also. As someone that's had a spinal injury, it really pissed me off. Yeah. Good
comment, Brian. Thank you so much, mate.
Yeah, guys.
That's context. It's perspective. It's context, and all you've got here is it's like you accidentally run someone over, and they die. It's manslaughter.
Yep. Which is still a charge of some sort. Yeah.
Well, Noah Martin he put a late hit on.
He made it. His intention was always there. You could see it. So
we had AJ Jones miss 4 weeks this year for late hits that weren't as late as that. They were as they were throwing the ball.
They were more.
The ball was still in his hand as it was going out.
Yeah,
and
it was front on. It was front on as well.
But
this is from behind. Yeah, he came running at him from behind.
That's it.
Up the mighty dogs of war, boys. We go through the thick and thin together as a pack. That's it, guys.
Buddy.
We are the family club, guys. We stick together. G'day, Julia Horn, 2369. Love the 23.
There you go.
Others might like the other bit. How the hell did Sutter not go to the bunker for Jethro bomb try? All year it's been up to the bunker. I'm still fuming over that pathetic decision. Yeah, normally that's just a dead ball straight away. Stop the play. Stop the play. Everyone stops. G'day, Aki. Joined in a bit late. I'm hoping you heard us when you came on talking about Kickow being a chance to play. But yeah, there is a chance, hopefully. But he has been training. Mike Cool, Jethro. There you go, mate.
Welcome.
Jethro's mate is on. Hopefully, Jethro's feeling all right, mate. He would have been a bit happier with his second half. Got some confidence out of that. And that's the thing. Like, if you put your hand up and say, "Yep, I made a mistake," and you come out and you fight your way out of it, and you improve, so be it. That's why he's still on the team, guys, and others are not. So, it's called the Luai effect. Here for life.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, Teddy, welcome. Hey, lads. Hope you guys are well. Still seething over that Carraz supposed dangerous tackle. Sutton loves finding reasons to stiff us. Shades of the Broncos game last year where he went Simbin crazy. Yeah. And you can imagine if it was James Graham out there as well. Like he's got a history of that stuff with us. Who's this? No one. 562. G'day.
G'day to you.
Timmy, I embrace the atmosphere, but it certainly was disappointing the crowd attendance below 20,000. Yeah, Timmy, you're right, mate. 530, 3 wins in a row, 4 out of 5, old boys game. Everything was there. Great. The weather was great, other than being a little bit cold, sunny. There was no chance of rain. It was a bit disappointing. You're right, Timmy. Ref for this week's game. Who we got?
Let's bring the team up.
Let's have a look at the team.
Bring them up side by side.
And the drum roll tells us it's going to be...
It's coming. Just while I'm getting that up, we'll also be going through Ticketmaster to show you how to get your kids' tickets for free this week, as well as someone can win 2 tickets to the game courtesy of Gas and the club.
There you go, guys. 2 tickets. 2 tickets to the game already. Bulldogs versus Tigers this week, courtesy of the Bulldogs. Thank you, Bulldogs, for supporting us. They love our podcast, so good on them, and they're supporting us. Good stuff. There is no ref announced. They've got the touch judges, and they've got Ashley Klein as the bunker, but they haven't got the referee there. So maybe later on. Yeah.
And Gordon Chan Tong comes into the side as well.
Thunder Calves, welcome.
AJ Jones has been dropped from the team, and no Logan Spinks on the extended bench either this week. Jed Reardon back on the extended. That's pretty much it. He swung the axe on Bronson Cherry.
Yeah, guys. Is Bronson named in the New South Wales Cup team as well, though?
He is. We'll go through the cup side.
That's
I'll actually bring that up. I'll have that running across the bottom. So these will be...
And while you're doing that, Brian's saying that supporters who say, why don't players have loyalty and play with heart? Then as soon as things go wrong, fans walk out. It goes both ways. Spot on, Brian.
That's it.
Demetria, welcome. Does Kicks have a chance of taking the field on Saturday? Well, the fact that he's named in the squad means he is a chance. He may be one of the 24-hour ones, maybe, potentially, that stay or don't stay. But the fact that he's there still means that he would be a chance. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Another contribution we've got there, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Scary.
Thank you, Sean.
That's it,
Always
brother.
Support the dogs. That's it. Well done.
That's why we're here. So look, I'm going to get a. This is just there's been a bit of negative stuff coming out. And look, it's from one of our best supporters actually, and I'm not having a crack at him, but I've just been having a bit of an argument with him on his own page, his own Facebook thing. Now, the sentiment is that because the walk to the ground was done while the NRL women were playing, and last year while the New South Wales Cup team was playing, and this week they're doing a catch up with I think Terry Lamb and Josh Reynolds and that sort of thing between 3 and 5.
It's actually not this week's one. I think if you're talking about Scott, it's actually. I think it's another week. It might be the week after, the 25th. I think it's it. Yeah.
And that's why the women are playing the Dragons at the same time.
Correct, yeah.
Look, I don't believe it's disrespectful at all. And I just want people to understand that while there's a lot of people who are passionate about the women's team now, as they should be. The women's team aren't the women's team aren't bringing any money into this club yet. And I know the way you do that is you give them great exposure when you can. But there are a lot of fans who are not interested in as well. When they start winning and getting successful, there will be a lot more interest will come into that team, and Bulldogs fans, as a lot of Bulldogs fans, will start to turn up where they haven't before. That's just the nature and reality. It's sort of what we're going back to. Teams winning, go on point, they stay. Disappointing to see people leave early when the game's gone, potentially in their eyes. Whilst we don't like that, it is a bit of a reality when it comes to fandom in professional sport in this country. Now, and that's why we're talking about it, because we think there is a better way. But it's still up to what people still have the right to choose whatever they want to do. We're not telling people what they can and can't do. We're just giving our opinion on it as they give their opinion on everything else. And I'm going to give my opinion on this. I don't believe the club's been disrespectful to the women's teams or to the reserve grade sides or anything like that by doing these initiatives. The walkover, whilst the women are playing, is about engaging the people that turn up and pay the money because they are there to watch the men's team. I love the women's game and I want it to continue to grow. It's something that the NRL is not making a cent from. The plan is to make it a profitable, investable competition that one day, hopefully, they play 24 games of rugby league every year like the men. And when that starts happening, that's when they will start to contribute, and that's when they definitely won't be any sort of competition or anything happening while they're on. But the club has to do things when it can do them. For the main event, which is the men's game in the NRL, it's a reality. It makes us the money. It's what the sponsors sponsor the club for. And I know people hate it that it's about money, but unfortunately, if a club without money, you don't have a club at the end of the day. So the best way for the club to be able to do more for the women's team and the women's game is to make more money. And they make more money by getting engagement from the fans that love that pay their money, buy their jerseys based on the men's team and whatever else. So I think the women would 100% agree with that and understand that. And most of the women who play in NRL, their biggest heroes are men. That's eventually going to change. A lot of the women will grow up now with women as the people that they're most
idolized. And
that's right. But it takes time, and the NRL has done a wonderful thing to sort of push this so quickly. They've just made this happen. A lot of women in the background, a lot of people in the background over probably decades before started the fires burning and did all the hard work to get it there for this to be able to happen. But it's going to take time.
It's going to take time.
It's going to take 20 years or longer. And there are a bunch of people who are just have no interest in women's sport and completely try to keep it pushed down where it's sort of been. Eventually, those people will die out, and through seeing the women play all the time and seeing how well they play, there'll be young girls who are going to grow up with these girls as idols, and there'll be more and more people playing the game, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow and grow. But right now, if you can get Josh Reynolds and Terry Lamb between 3 and 5,
and Hazem El Masri,
and Hazem El Masri, sorry, thank you for mentioning that. I actually barely saw the post and whatever it was. I just saw more the crux of why it happened. The context. Yep. So, sorry, but that's a choice. I can go do that, or I can go and watch the women. It's up to the person at the end of the day.
I'll say as well, Michael, like it's all as well, guys, going to be sort of logistics as well, guys. Like the other day, the Bulldogs came out of the hotel. They did the walk with the old boys as well, coming in behind them. Now, if you wanted to do it logistically with the women's team, imagine the time you would have to do it to get the women's team doing it with the men, with the old boys before the game. Now, if you look at it logistically speaking, that means that the players, the old boys, would have got to the game a few hours before they needed to get there. They've got a routine. They've got a set method of what they do. It wouldn't have been fair to get all that happening. And what would have happened as well is who would have been turning up there, for example, like the gates didn't open until 2:45. They did the walk at 3:30. So for them, the girls started at like 3:15. So for them to get out there and do it that early, that means that they would have had to do it at like 1 o'clock. Who's going to be there at 1 o'clock to watch the walk? It's not going to happen. Now, I understand even guys, Aaron Warburton saw some of these comments, jumped on personally and asked a question and said, hey, you're upset. What's going on? So there was a response there directly from the Bulldogs as well. So it wasn't dismissed. But logistically speaking, and we can understand there's a lot of passionate people that want this inclusivity on everything to be everyone looked after. Now, when we did the signing night a few weeks ago or last month, whatever it was, we included everyone. They're both teams, the women, the men, the cup team, they were all there in attendance on the night, guys. So where they can do it, they do it. But where it can't work, they don't. Like the New South Wales Cup team has now been relegated back to Belmore, back to these others. The women are taking centre stage now. They're playing in the lead up to the men. So, and that's only in their second year for us as a team. So, they've played some games at Belmore last year, etc. But and some of these guys are very passionate. They will follow. There's Michael, who was on last week, went to New Zealand to watch the girls play. So the week before.
And the
amazing
only one,
stuff.
the only fit Bulldogs fan there.
Yep, and so much so that they actually took him out to dinner as well after the game. Amazing stuff. All right, but not everyone's going to be that level of support yet, guys. It's not there yet. Some of us are looking at it like some of us have already been to 55, 56 games this year of Bulldogs, whether it's Ron Massey, Cup, first grade, women's, whatever it might be. So people are tallying these things off and that I want to be wherever I can be. The other day, there was the NRL team and the Ron Massey Cup games at the same time. But we can't all get to every game, obviously. But like Michael said, it's going to take time for the women's game to reach a level that it becomes something that it's independent on its own, where if there was no men's game, you would still say to the family, come on, let's go. We're going to watch the women's team. It's not there yet for majority of us. For us to do something inclusively together, where they're basically doing a march or a walk, whatever, logistically, it's not going to happen at the moment. It's too hard. So we can understand the frustrations and everything else. And if they want to do something at the locker room where they're doing it around the corner and have some players there, what can we do, guys? It's, timing-wise, you're not going to get the best impact for it if you do it at a time that makes all the players work. It's not going to work for all the fans. Some of us get there for gate opening. A lot of people were arriving, guys, literally as the game kicks off. That's how it is. People got things to do in their life. They're not going to get there earlier. But even the walk that was done the other day was, of all the walks that we've done, that was by far the sort of lowest turnout for a walk that we've had, and that included the old boys. We've done a couple last year, and that one there was the lowest. I've been to 4 of them. That was the lowest one that we've ever done. But I still got my banner, led the guys out and walked them all the way down in front of them all. And funny enough, even had some of the players taking videos of me walking them down. So they were recording it themselves. They were having fun with it. So, but that's the way it is, guys. You've got to find that balance. And at the moment, we're giving them center stage. But if you want to be there to watch the women, do that. And I know you want to be there to cover all these things, guys, but physically it's just not possible. So it'll be on its own as it goes. One day the women will have their own walk as they're going to a semi-final, and we'll all walk out from the stadium and lead them into a semi-final on their own without the men in their way, before they get to a grand final. So
that's it.
Let's do some chats, mate. Thanks, James, for your support, mate.
Yep, James was disappointed, but got to move on. Do you wake up every day with the same mindset and luck? No, because things do go wrong. And what will go wrong, as Murphy says. Crying about a situation doesn't change shit. It just gives everyone a headache. And that's right. And that's what it's become for a lot of people, though. They just, every opportunity they get, they cry about it. That's all they do. Is it just me? Is Luai overrated? Cleary made him look good. Look, I think Luai is a very good player. I really do. And I think that it was always going to be hard. I don't think it's been a failure, him being there. I think what I do agree with, though, with Bulldogs Mike is that the media scrutiny has been completely not there. And also, I actually agree with Bulldog Richie when he talked about Parramatta signing Jerome Luai for 1 year after signing Jonah Pezze for 1 year. Now, there's quite a lot of Bulldogs who go into that side for an opportunity. Well, I think that club, and whilst I think Jerome and Mitch should be great together, yeah, it doesn't say much for the juniors coming through. Yeah, like for 1 year, for 700 grand for one player for 1 year just doesn't make sense to me. He's got to learn and adapt to the team and whatever else. They might do well, but what about after that? To lose someone like that after that is a big deal. Yeah, so look, I'm glad they've done it because I can't stand Parramatta. Fuck Parramatta, is all I'll say. And well done. You've done, but a lot of people have criticised the Dogs on our retention and recruitment. The fact is that Bulldog Richies goes, look, I'm not having a crack about Pezze to Braith. I'm like, yes, he is. He's definitely having a crack about Jonah Pezze going there for 1 year, which we did as well. I thought that for a club that was sitting there saying that it was drawing a line in the sand, it was about who wants to be here, blah, blah, blah. West's doing the same thing. At least West have come out and said, and given him the boot. But they did the exact same thing for another kid who said he wanted to go.
That's right.
Who said he didn't want to be there in 18 months. He said it was the same time period. Funnily enough, Luai was the one who had a crack at him. Funnily enough, the whole world jumped on Galvin and attacked him because of Gus. But now the same situation is presented. And while NRL 360 did sort of validate the similar, that it doesn't look good, at the end of the day, he's done what I think he's done is actually worse. And I don't care, but like the money they're offering him and whatever else, that comes down to the fact that Shane Richardson needs to be blamed for giving those options in that deal. Canterbury were in for Jerome Luai. I remember that. They were actually in for him. And I think he would have fitted in all right at our club. West made it so that he had the ability to walk out on that club at any fucking time. And I can tell you now, Phil Gould doesn't do contracts like that.
Yep.
Maybe for someone like Sean O'Sullivan gets a mutual option. So one of the club or the manager can accept the deal for next year. Yep. Right? But if a club says like we're not going to activate it, but if you can, if you want,
and Luai even commented about that clause in his contract, and he says, "I'm here, like I'm not going anywhere." Like it was more about the fact that he was defending that clause that he was not happy about that it came out. Don't get me wrong, when that clause came out, he was not happy one bit because he was trying to put shit on Galvin. Then all of a sudden, this came back around to him, and he was trying to diffuse it. And now, whatever, Benji wants to say that he got an opportunity that was too good to be true, $2 million, whatever it might be, tax-free money, so be it. But at the end of the day, you put a lot of faith in him. You built the team around him. You invested a lot. And then all of a sudden now, he's just gone running the first opportunity he's got. And to the point where the negativity that is caused at the club right now has forced them to say, you know what, we don't even want him here for next year. Similar to what happened with us and Marnie. You know what? He's caused that much disharmony. If he's got an opportunity somewhere else, go. Just go. We'll pay $500. Just go. And that's what's happened to him now. So,
well, he was disgruntled. Like he's the one who come out on social media and said something about the way the Tigers were handling it.
There you go.
So they basically said, see you then.
Wouldn't be surprising if he got booed this week, guys. It would not be surprising if he got booed this week. I won't be, but it won't be surprising if people were booing him to see how he likes it. If people were doing it, it wouldn't surprise me one bit because that's sort of what that's the way he's made things feel in his club.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't happen. But yeah,
I like Jerome. I like that he beats to his own drum. I like all these things. He's a man. He's got his family. And I'll tell you something with the Samoan community. their money reaches far and wide. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
They're religious. They are beautiful human beings, and they deserve a lot of respect, as does anyone.
They've come from not much, most of them as well. So,
Exactly.
when there's opportunities for them there, 100%, they're going to
like you and I, guess, like you and I. We've come from humble beginnings ourselves, so we understand it, but we don't have millions of dollars either. So at the end of the day, Jerome Luai, if he gets booed, he gets booed. It's all in good banter. He's playing for West. Maybe some of these own supporters will boo him, but look, they'll be up for this game. West, don't expect a fractured club this week. They'll have nothing more. They've got to keep. If they win, their season is alive. If they lose, they're gone. If we lose, it's win every game, or we can't make the 8. So it's do or die again. We said this run of 3 games would determine our season. We're off to the worst possible start as far as for and against and the result. So let's get into discussing this before you do some more chats.
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
All right, so we've got the sides. It's Connor Tracy, Carraz, Matty Burton, and Ari Tuala, Jethro Rinakama, Sean O'Sullivan. Now, he might have the 6 on his back, but he could play the 7 role. It would not surprise me at all. We'll see how many touches of the ball he has. I think they will play left and right and occasionally swap over. The thing with Sean is his fitness over 80 minutes if forced to work, and they will target him. He's defensively, he hits hard with the shoulder, Sean. He goes good, and he has actually played quite well in his last few New South Wales Cup matches before his little cameo for 2 try assists at the end of the Raiders match. So, the numbers on their back mean absolutely nothing. Luai Dewey's loves nothing more than to play the Bulldogs. It's the one that's on his calendar every single year. Stafford Toa, a good player. Makasini, a great player of the future. Taruva, we know he doesn't give an inch. And Jareen Buller is a player we were happy to try and bring to our club. King and Terrell May. Jared Haywood, don't know much about this young guy, but obviously, and a lot of young kids named in this squad for the West Tigers. So potentially they have checked out and they've potentially given up, and it's like these kids let's give them the opportunity to save our season right now. Fanua Pole, very good player. Samuela Fainu, who will be, they thought he had a few issues at the end of on his return match last week. His brother Sione, who I absolutely adore as a player. I think he's wonderful. Love his energy. Alex Twal. And then we've got Harry Hayes, Preston, Salmon. Preston on the left, Salmon on the right. But could also be an indication that Preston might actually start. Actually, going back to what I was saying before, I think Preston might start on the right. If Kikau's in the squad and starts from the bench, I think Preston will start on the right. Salmon will start left. Kikau will come on. Salmon will move to lock when Harry has a break. And then, they'll bring on Kurt Mann and whatever else. But if Kikau comes into the squad and Crichton both come into the squad, the players that will drop out will be Jordan Chen Kum Tong and most likely Lipoi Hopoi or Underhill. But look, it didn't work last week. AJ Jones was 15, didn't get a go. So, it's not following the typical sort of script as it usually does. Yeah, so it all depends. If
that may have changed when Critter went off because it put SOS on, which may not have happened. So there was circumstances for why AJ didn't play, or whoever, like different players coming on as well.
Oh, I thought he might have been the first player. I thought he might have been one of the first ones to come on.
Yeah, just depends on the run of play as well, potentially as well.
Well, it's obviously the fact that they had Preston scheduled to come on. to come on the edge and replace Curran, and that meant a big shuffle around what they were doing. But I'm thinking for the benefit of the side that Preston might move back to the right. Kickout's back in the squad now, so Preston goes to the right, Salmon goes to the left. I think that's definitely how it's going to run. We'll see if we're right. And Kickout comes on for Salmon, and Salmon moves.
There is another possibility if Critter doesn't play, which is a little bit out of left field. Montoya coming in for Critter, Carraz going to the centres, and Burden going back into 5/8. That's another one I'm just throwing out there that could be there if they don't want to play Sauce. He wants to put Birdo and Galvin together. That could happen as well, I think. But just throwing it out there, all the options. So there's a lot of ways they could do it.
Sauce will definitely play on the left. He's a left footer too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's a left footer. So he'll definitely play left, and Galvin will stay on the right. And we will have, just got a lovely message from one of the parents of the players, actually. I'm not going to name their name, but just said Gas and I are doing a great job, and the parents really appreciates it. So thank you to you. I obviously don't want to name it, and I wouldn't say it if it didn't happen.
Thanks for the support.
I will share it with the Dogfather cartel members. Okay, so that's the sort of insight that the cartel and Dogfather members get, because in our little chat groups, because it's a invite only community. I hate to say it like that, but it's it's just one of the, what do they call it? Perks. You get a perk. It's hard to make all these extra perks unless you're a millionaire and whatever. You can be Mr. Beast and do whatever you like, but we will share that in there just so that they know that our community, and it's not just us with the podcast, it's the whole community that are here every week and are supportive and constructive and can show their disappointment without trying to offend the whole bloody, going about it the way they do. But yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think that's what will happen, Gas? Do you think if Kikau comes off the bench, he will replace Salmon and they'll start Preston on the right to relinquish? Because it's going to be Preston on the right anyway when Kikau's back full time. Like,
correct.
They're not going to do the middle thing like we want. They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do the bench thing like you want. No. And the middle. No. So if that doesn't happen, then yes, he'll be back on his left because that's his favourite side. That's where he likes.
He doesn't play right.
He gets priority there. That's what I'm saying. He'll get priority there, and then everyone else will work around that. So Preston does a great job on the right, although he does like the left himself, which is where he goes when there's an opportunity. But as much as we all love him on the right, his preference as well is that left side, because obviously, like we talk about, the ball goes that way a lot with the passing. So,
natural.
But equally, he'll be as comfortable playing on the right for us, and Kiko will be on the left if that's how it works. So, but I still think there's a good chance that Kiko might not even play potentially if they don't feel like he's ready. It just depends on how the rest of the team balance comes out for them as well.
Yeah, that's it. I have no idea if Critter's going to play. He's training today. He's at training. But so the way it'll work is that if Critter doesn't play, Gordon Chan Kum Tong will replace his. I believe will replace. Will keep his spot in that 6-man bench. If Critter does come into the side, he will drop out because O'Sullivan likely to come back to the bench for Gordon. If Kikau comes in, it'll be either Hopboy, Underhill, or Hopboy or Underhill will come out. One of those two.
Yeah.
And the other guys will move into that. And I still think there's a huge chance that Marcello Montoya. Look, I wouldn't think that that Ciraldo is going to pull going to drop Jethro yet. But he did make 5 errors. But we were saying through the whole I went and watched the watch along. Well, we were commenting how great his runs were the whole game.
Yeah.
How he did try, he tried to make up for it. He is a young guy, and it did get into his head, obviously, and that's these things happen. But I guess the risk is that we sort of saw this with Sewer as well. Remember when he didn't pass to Cherry?
Yep.
In the corner.
Yep.
In that Cowboys match, and it cost us big time. That was the Cowboys match, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That would have given us the lead.
Correct.
And I think it really dented his confidence. And then he was passive in a lot of things, and we didn't see offloads. And that. So going back to New South Wales Cup, you can see I know a lot of people are saying he missed that last tackle when they drew on, but come on, there was a lot of shit that went wrong first, and he had an actual pretty good game. And I think without that pressure, he's shown that he's why the Perth Bears have bought him. He's a great, really great prospect. But it's about pressure in the NRL, and for some kids, it takes time to be able to handle that resilience, and you got to have some knockbacks and then overcome it to know that you can overcome these things. Think about Marcelo Montoya, how much he overcome, like with all the setbacks he had at the Bulldogs, knowing that he was a prolific try scorer in reserve grade, went into first grade, come in and did a great job, had a couple of injuries, and had some really bad moments that the fans never let him forget. Then he had to go to the Warriors, and once he got picked there, he never got dropped, I don't think he ever got dropped. He was a first grader in that side. Now, they did struggle at different times or whatever, but he was a really good contributor over there. He's come back to our club, had a wonderful season last year, and, has shown that he could overcome that sort of thing. And that's what the likes of Jonathan Sewer are going to have to do with their careers, because it is a mental thing where you mess up when it means so much, and then it goes pear-shaped, and you've got to sort of, go back to cup, and it's all free and easy, and not easy, but it's a lot easier mentally in that grade, and he's doing a great job. And on form, you could almost bring him back into calculations. So I do wonder if they're going to bring Marcello back into the team just to go out there and play with that energy and that aggression that we want to see. Jethro is definitely someone, if that happened, that they would have had plenty of conversations with, and it would definitely be something about his development and all that sort of thing. I don't think it'll happen this week. I think they'll give him another opportunity to produce more diamonds than rocks this week, and get his confidence back on track, because I think the way he caught that ball for that try probably showed that this kid's got a lot of good qualities.
Yeah.
And the way he made that ball his own, and everyone saw the player that he is right there, as well as he gritted his teeth a lot and took some really big carries, and made like 190 meters in the end for the team. So, look, I think that he'll keep his spot, and Mace will be there Mars will be there for cover. But it would not surprise me the other way as well if they bring Marcello in and keep Jethro on the extended bench for this week. What's some other thoughts you've got, Gas, in relation to the side?
Yeah, look, I think the way that the team's been named, there's a lot of options for us. He's rewarded Gordon with at least a start in the team, in the squad, to be around them this week. But it tells me there's a lot of options. And look, a lot of them are not going to be decided until we know who's fit and who's not. Hopefully, the fact that he's put Cherry out of the team tells you straight away that Inari's recovered. He's fine, just an illness. Yep. He'll be fine. That's comforting to know. And we really did miss that Inari factor for us. He's been outstanding for us. That was a big telling thing. Like, you take him out of the game, and it's we had a lot in his space there. Yep. One thing I feel like with whatever team we put on the field is the start is absolutely critical against the Tigers. We've been playing from behind against them. We've been getting, off to very, very poor starts against the Tigers. And once they get their head of steam up, they're very hard to drag back in for us for some reason. We nearly pulled it off a few weeks ago, but we left it, it was too late. But we really need to get off to a good start against the Tigers, even if it means that it's a 0-0 half-time like it was against the Eels. Doesn't matter. We need to just be solid against them and not just give them these cheap early tries. So whatever team's on the field, like we said, there's a lot of options, a lot of good options. I mean, it's good to have Preston and Kiko back in the picture at least. The only one now still for us is going to be Satili down the track, but everyone else now is coming back into the fold, so it gives us good options. The team's done well to sort of hang around and give us a sniff for the 8, where, 6 weeks ago, we were pretty much done and dusted, just about. So, we're still around. We're still a chance. Now it's going to be up to the team that goes out this week and absolutely puts in a performance to show that, last week was an aberration. We're better than that. Get the confidence going again and really give yourselves a good run into the Warriors game the week after. Because it looks like even after that, with the Storm, looks like Munster's now gone for 4 to 6 weeks as teams are starting to have their injury problems again late in the year. So, we've got a lot of, we're owed a lot out at Melbourne this year over there as well. So, we had a good win against them this year, but we haven't had the good backup games this year. We beat the Raiders. We lost to the Raiders. We beat, we're winning and losing against teams this year that we've played twice, which is not ideal. So we need to be winning those games and winning them again. So, but yeah, lots of good options. But hopefully we get a good crowd. I've put a poll up there as well, guys. If you don't have to commit any money to win the tickets today, guys. That's separate than the jersey. So if you did want to attend the game this week, just put number 1 and press enter. Even if you want to give those, Maddie, even if you want to give those to your kids or something, that's fine. Just put number 1 on its own and press enter. The people who put 1, they're the ones that will go into the draw for the tickets today. If you're already going and you've got yourself sorted, members, whatever, just put 2 that you're already coming. If you can't make it, obviously interstate or whatever, or you just don't want to go, you're not there, you can just put number 3 as well. But there'll be the two tickets courtesy of the Bulldogs this week. So if you do want to come, or if you want to give them away to someone that would still turn up as well, by all means, we can do that. While we're on that, Mick, do you want to? I was going to show people while we've got a few people on there now, how you can actually get some tickets if you're going to the game as a member and you want to get your kids or juniors to come out there as well. Get yourself some free tickets. So
probably what I might do is we'll do that in a sec, but I think we really have to go through some of these chats, mate, and we're just going to rush through them. We may not cover everything, so. G'day to Scary. G'day to old fella Dave. He says if he's paying $50 to $80 for a game plus $12 a beer, there's no way he's leaving early. He doesn't give a rat's ass about the traffic. No one's worried about the traffic if you win. Rami Mosley, switching dummy halves is confusing the boys. Completely. Rami, what I want you to do, I didn't want to elaborate too much on this stuff, but I want you to think about if you're in. Do you think that they just turn up on the game day and then just get told the game plan and right then and there, and then they run out with the team and the team only finds out when the fucking fans find out? Like, there's no confusion whatsoever about who's doing what. Playing a two-player dummy half, having a 2-hooker attack is a very common thing in NRL. Playing 2 hookers that interchange in a game is quite bloody normal. Okay, so we're trying to think of reasons. I get what you're doing. You're trying to think of reasons, and that's what you've come up with. They're looking confused because of the dummy half and stuff. Yeah, sometimes the dummy halves might not hit the mark with the pass, or they might be a bit gassed or whatever and not get there in time, or they might have a little moment or whatever it is. They're human. It's a game. Things go right, things go wrong. But yeah, I can tell you now, they're not confused about having 2 dummy halves.
Could have been 12 or 18-0 with that dummy half at the start before Bailey came on.
Exactly. And I felt Bailey played really, really well.
would have been a different story if that had happened. We scored those couple of tries that we bombed, especially the first two to Harry Hayes and to Jethro in the corner. It's a different argument when people say, "Oh, well, we're leading 12-0 by the time Bailey came on."
Yeah. Scary says, "Why do people take it so seriously at the end of the day? It's a game. The banter that is." I know, mate. Heinz 98. I've noticed there's a new player debuting in New South Wales Cup. Lincoln Cliff, is he a good player? Yeah, he's been in the system quite a while, mate. He's played Ron Massey. He's played in the junior grades. Flag goes good, mate. And he'll have a crack this week. He's not a player. Look, I don't know. I haven't really paid as much attention. He hasn't been a big name coming through, but obviously someone who's working hard and getting his opportunity, and we will get to know his name a lot more, obviously. Shawnee says, I agree. The late shot is a late shot and should have been a sin bin. Miss a few games if someone gets medicabbed off. Michael, I'm still pissed off the Crows tackle getting the penalty, as we all are. Good to see Gordon named. I love the way Jeffro come back in the second half, 100%. JP evening, brothers. It's all or nothing this Saturday against the Tigers, but knowing me, I'm all about keeping the faith. Surely we got this. That's it, brother. Is it just me or is yeah, we saw that. Jeff Dro's a good kid, despite having not the greatest first half. He bounced back in the second half. He's only 20. He'll hopefully be our club for many years. He is. And Matty Warren, good to see you, my brother. Was anyone surprised Sutton gave us the rough end of the pineapple? The game was full of bullshit decisions. It surely was. One bloke I'd love to see debut before he's out his Finalatu. He was a beast first Raiders New South Wales Cup. Well, he was until he puffed out and walked off.
That means he gave it his. That means he gave it his all.
That's it. Look, as my mum says, if you come off and your jersey's not dirty and you don't feel like you're going to die, you haven't played hard enough. You know, she used to call me a big fat cassava, and then I'd go mental for about 5 minutes and clean everyone up. But that was just in soccer and touch footy, by the way.
Brian's done his usual pay ID. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much, Brian. You're in for another few. I don't think it's disrespectful at all. Beautiful, buddy. Big test for Connie this weekend against West. They dominated him a month ago. Well, he is. Look, he's a Balmain junior, and he left the club before Galvin. Like, there was him and Lockie were basically fighting for that West Tigers role. And he went to the Dogs, Conti, and then Galvin's followed him to the Dogs. So
imagine if he was still there now at the Tigers, you know, with Galvin and Luai gone. Interesting.
He'd be getting a look. He's a great look. I think Conti could. The thing is, even though NRL 360 is sitting there blatantly setting it up to promote one player from the Bulldogs for the person that works there. I have to say it. He's a great talent. He's a genuine half. Can play 6 or 7, don't matter.
As soon as he gets his defense ready, like as in you know those bigger players and the faster speed, he will be a great halfback moving forward. Like nobody denies that. It's just that the Bulldogs will do what they always do. They will put you in when it's your time, when you're ready. If they're not going to push anyone in there if they're not ready, and that's what they do.
And in games under fatigue, where he's had to do extra defensive work and stuff like that, he's made mistakes.
Yeah,
in Cup, it's his first season of Cup as well. So
that's right.
They've got to walk before they can run, and that's the whole thing. And guess 100%, that's the main thing. Is are you ready to make 25 tackles on big boys running at you nonstop? And not put balls out on the full and not drop the footy or throw bad passes or put the ball dead because, you know, you were fatigued. Whatever it is, they're the sort of errors that are going to happen with these young kids. And you bring them in and expose them to a fan base and to the NRL when they're not quite there, you can destroy their whole bloody career. And what annoys me is that whilst I 100% believe Braith would be having all the perfect conversations with the kid that he manages, and he trusts the club to look after this kid, it really concerns me that the narrative is actually could actually turn out and hurt his player, is what I'm saying. If this narrative it gets pushed to a point where it gets to a situation where they throw the kid in, and then he gets targeted. And look, you don't want to think that happened with Khalid Rajab.
Yep.
Where you've got fucking Buzz on there talking about people being unhappy with juniors being unhappy with Carl Oluwapu being teleported in.
Yep.
And then Carl is basically being told he should be there, about to sign a deal with the Bulldogs, and then it gets pulled because they were thinking about it. And Toby Sexton come on the market, and next minute he plays that day, he finds out, and he just has the worst performance a kid could ever have. I know we've got a much better side that's going to protect Conti a lot better than the way that that team protected poor Khalid that day. Yeah. Felt so sorry for that kid. And the best thing they did was hooking, because it would have got worse. It wouldn't have got better. But he still hasn't played an NRL game since then. But he's had some really good games in Cup for Newtown. I'll tell you that much. So I do feel so sorry for him. But this is what I'm saying. These narratives where they go,
dark day.
What about your boy? What about your boy, Alex Conti? Hey? Fuck. Yeah. Please, don't even... I don't think he's doing these kids a favour, to be honest. But look, Ciraldo wants players that are pressure-proof. They get a few opportunities. If they blow it, they're... See ya. Yeah. Look, all I can say is that people are starting to say, oh, put Conti in or he'll want to leave and stuff. I'm like, he just signed a 3-year deal. And he's not in the top 30, right? So he signed a 3-year deal. So obviously they're really happy where they are. Obviously they can see a future and the club sees a future as well, where this kid is potentially leading a bunch of talented players to the promised land over the next decade. Because that's how long he's got, if he's any good, which we can see he is pretty good. Perfect to listen to us driving home, says Champion Mike. Mikey Warren. Ryan says, let's be honest, any fan that goes to men's walkover instead of the girls' game wouldn't go to see the girls if the guys weren't playing anyway. 100%. Long day at work for Mike. Liam says, trash, good stuff, boys. Keep it up. James says, bring back the day reserves play before the main grade and have the women's team play first. Great day out with a few beers. Yeah, I think that's where it should be. I think there needs to be a national reserve grade competition. With a national NRL, so 20 reserve grade teams, 20 first grade sides, and 20 women's sides.
Like the old days, mate. Remember we used to have the 3 grades. Every time you turned up, you had the 3 grades. It was, you get there, you watch the President's Cup, the Nissa, like you watch the, it was a great day. You saw everyone, and some of them would, in the old days, guys, if you played one game, you could still be on the bench for the next game. Look, it's like it happens.
They don't want cops there for that many hours, and they don't. Yeah. And they don't want people drinking for that long. I'm like, well, they're selling light beers anyway, and they cost so much. Who wants to buy them? But yeah, I think that's something that they could bring back, and have, great entertainment between it all. Make it a big fucking day. But it all comes down to all this stuff, right? Paying people's wages for that many hours.
Yep.
That's the problem. That's where it all falls apart.
And there's a lot of security out there these days. Exactly.
Question: do we have any more Bulldogs flags to win that gets on? I want a young number 12 signature from the girls' side. She goes, well, I don't know. Have you got any more flags there, Gas?
Come, we'll have a chat, Brian. We'll work something out.
All right, mate. Thank you, Brian. The problem for the women's game is this: there's so much sport to watch and not enough time to watch it. Caitlin Clark is probably the world's most prominent female sports person in the WNBA struggles Very good point there, Matty. You didn't disrespect it and just told it how it is. On your Mick, fuck, Para loved it. Well, mate, if you give me $50, there's a lot of things I'll say. If you oh,
I
I
hope,
sound
I hope
like a
Brian.
bloody
I hope Brian's not.
HWRE.
Brian seems to be at the pub today, or unless he's got he's got the bar open at home.
Tony's he's very busy this time of year. I'll tell you that much. Very, very busy. He deserves a drink if he's having one. Thank you, Brian. Definitely pass the pub test. It's all about choice for people to walk across to the NRL team and showing support for the NRLW side as well. Look, even going home and watching it on Fox Sports or whatever is still supporting. Okay.
Yep.
The only thing wrong with the Luai situation is his own hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of the Tigers players, management, fans, and media when they bag the F out of Lachlan but give Luai is a effing free pass is unbelievable scum.
Yeah.
Well, I was the first to do that story. Shane Richo, he did what he had to do to unite and galvanise his club, and I didn't blame them for what they were doing. But the fact of the matter is that he then paid people that were his mates club money, so he had to go. And then, what else did he do?
I think there's only one thing that upset last year, Galvin. One thing. Doesn't matter. Everything that happened when he left and everything, even with Gus saying he's the best talent, the one thing that upset everything was when the comment came out about not learning under Benji. That was for me the one thing that caused the flip of the friction and everything else, and then the Tiger supporters and that's our beloved son Benji. Everything else you can forgive because it happens everywhere. But that one thing for me where they said, "Oh, not learning under Benji," that honesty, if you want to put it that way, because it was being honest and it came from whoever his manager, from himself. But that level that they took it to justify what was happening, that was where everyone jumped on it. And that's why people have this thing about, even still to now, there's still Bulldog supporters now that still blame Galvin for last year and still hate him and whatever and donut. It's still there. People don't, and that for me is the one thing that hurt him as well.
And what I want people to realize is that when a kid, whatever it is, the kid wanted out of that club eventually.
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes you just have to. Every single day you deal with people who give you lip service to explain themselves, right? To explain themselves. Okay. It's when you're breaking up with someone. Oh, it's for this, that, and the other. Now, if they probe you on every single fucking point, you're probably going to be called out that you've just given a bit of lip service because you actually don't want to delve into all the nitty gritty and the actual reasons as to why.
You just want to cut and run.
You just want to cut and run, and you say things, and that could be one of them. And it might have come out the wrong way. I can tell you now, he would have went to Benji and said, "That's not what I meant at all." But at the time, the media and everybody was saying that Benji Marshall had no coaching experience. Yet it was quite funny how quickly they got behind Foz. And it's quite funny how the fact that Benji was actually contracted to Fox and had his own TV show when he got the opportunity to become the assistant coach at the Tigers, and he left. And they have been one of the ones that have just bagged the shit out of him. He was with one of the greatest coaches of our generation in Tim Sheens, and they're winning wooden spoons. And he was under this learning curve, and there's always this thing, he's never going to be able to learn quickly enough, and Benji this, Benji that. And then they get Luai and they get a few signatures and they sort of sell their souls to do it. And all of a sudden it's like, they forgot about that because of the Galvin thing. When that fades away, they'll go back to remember when they were saying if they keep Appy Coruscant and let the other young fella go, Talon De Silva, like that's they were hammering Benji on that decision. Like this, Anyway, I really love Benji Marshall. I don't care. I don't care
Yeah.
if he's at West. I don't care what. And from what I could see, he came out and defended Lachlan Galvin
Mm.
with respect and honest.
Well, more than Richo did.
Whereas Richo, it's all about ego because
That's it.
he's an egotistical people. They're great for lots of things, but they're also can cost you big time. And it's funny how these guys, some people just keep winning because of they're great promoters. But
I
if you
still don't
really
know-
look deep,
Yeah.
if you really look deep,
I still think Richo was a bit misleading in the potential offer that he thought he was offering Galvin when they didn't even table it. I think he just made up a number after that just to.
Oh, that's what we said.
Yeah. I don't agree. I still think that's fabricated and misleading.
That was a fabricated market value. Now we use it to our own advantage, Gas, to talk about it. Like, well, he came for unders, but honestly, he come for a price which that's what he was worth on his potential.
Yeah,
they threw that number at him, knowing he wasn't going to sign it.
Yeah, didn't even show it to him. Exactly. Yep.
They didn't even want to look at it. Anyway, James, Luai jump ship or was pressured out. Who would just walk on that paycheck? Well, he's not walking out in the paycheck because he's still going to get the money he's going to get.
Correct.
Part will be paid by West, other part will be paid by Para. You have to think of players disrupting things to pay $500,000 to get rid of them.
Yep.
There you go. I didn't like Luai when he was at Penrith. I hope he gets booed relentlessly. Jared Hayward's from the Penrith system as well. So we'll total up these numbers.
Yeah, I'll come back. We'll come back and do those later, mate. Keep going.
All right. Timmy showing the love. Thank you, Timmy. If Kicks is ready, he starts the fish place 13. Very likely. I'd like Preston to right Salmon to lock Curran left replaced by Kicks. Yeah, look, I think if Kicks doesn't start, it'll just be Salmon and Presto. But they'll keep Curran in that middle rotation, buddy. We need to get the spine right. I think all other positions are covered. The spine, we always knew it was going to be a development season with the spine, and if they can hold possession and the forwards can give them a chance, they've showed that they can beat the best.
Yep.
Great stuff, guys. Love how you look after the players. Thank you. Coco's had a go. John Bryan, g'day to you. Mick, you can talk with me. Blah, 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 blah.
That's it. I think he's in the bin now, mate. Put him in the bin. That's it. That's enough.
Any of y'all watch training? Is Kiko involved in contact training? He's been doing contact for a while.
Doing everything, yeah.
Burton will go 6, Carraz centre, and Montoya to the wing. Oh, that's potential. That could happen too.
That's what I said earlier, yeah. All options.
After such a bad first half, Jeff Rowe's second half proved to me he deserves to keep his spot. We definitely missed Denari's energy. We need some energy in the back line to combat the likes of Buller and Taruva.
Bullock Mike's already going. Good stuff. Pro can't go. So
3 sucks.
Right. Yeah, it means
G'day to you, young fella. Oh, yeah, he can't because he's up here in Queensland, the young lad. You got Denari was a huge out. Attack and defense is good for Jethro as well. Great to see him back. We owe the Tigers massively. They've put so much shine on our team. Galvin, it's time for payback. I have a feeling Gordon will start the first 20 minutes. Well, we will see. I think Gordon will be there more as cover, mate. I don't think he will find his way into the side unless there's an injury to like a Kurt Mann or to a Bailey Hayward. I don't think Gordon will be playing unless I think he'll be there as cover in the 19 potentially, and could be utilised if we need someone to come on and play a small 13 role or a hooker role. I will, Timmy. Thank you. It's just my phone number, Timmy. I'll send it to you. So do you think Mann is a dummy half? Doesn't matter when he trained during the week. Takes a lifetime to master position playing Hayward and stop the flip-flopping. Look, I think Kurt Mann has his passing's actually got better. His passing was quite good to start the game last week and looked a lot better.
I'll just say one thing about that. I'll just run through quickly how many games Kurt Mann has played in every position since he's played NRL, just so you can see the variety of positions he's covered and how he's gone. So he's played 41 games at fullback, 22 on the wing, 52 in the centres, 45 at 5'8", 11 at halfback, 11 starting at hooker, 29 at lock, and he's come off the bench 87 times and played a various number of positions from there as well. And obviously he's played for Queensland as well. So his game, his all-rounder, is the kind of player that wherever you put him, he's going to do a job for you.
There you go.
For the confidence to be there for the coaching staff and the team to have him there, even to start, means that the players are backing him to do the job when he was out there. And like I said earlier, if they had scored those 2 early tries, no one would be saying, why did Kurt Mann start, etc. You know, they obviously had a plan to have 60 minutes or whatever it was of Bailey at the end so he can run his own show and run riot. That's the plan that they've got, guys. So they all practice and do these training drills and everything week in, week out. It doesn't disrupt what they do. It gives them options and it allows them to have different ways of playing the way they want to play. So, yeah, very diverse in his ability. Only 2 positions he hasn't played there, unless he did them off the bench, was front row and second row. Everything else, he's played every single position.
Beautiful. Well said, mate. Well said. So it says he has a membership, but if he wins, he'll give it to a friend. Beautiful.
No
That's
worries.
exactly what we want.
No problem. More the merrier.
If Braith didn't 100% believe the Dogs were doing the right thing by Conti, no way he would have let him sign for 3 years. And if he didn't, he's a terrible human. The triple header at the stadium was awesome. Dave shows the character of the club from the head of the club to the players and fans all pile on to attack a 19-year-old kid and go effing quiet as a mouse when St. Jerome jumped ship for mega dollars. I slipped you 20 for triangle lessons for gas.
I've been practicing. I've been practicing.
He needs recorder lessons. Comes in a bit late.
I think, you know what? I think I still got my recorder from school somewhere.
I can play about 30 songs on the recorder.
That's not a good thing. I'm sure I've seen it around like about 10 years ago. It's still there somewhere. They made us buy it for $5, I remember.
So Matty's into the draw for the signed jersey.
I think for his kids or something, which is good. So you're adding them in there, yep. Some have put one about 10 times, but they'll only go in there once.
There you go.
So this is separate than the prize draw for the jersey, guys. That one, obviously, you need to do your support. This one here is courtesy of the Bulldogs, 2 tickets. And the winner, I'll work out how to get the right information to you to access those as well. So
we're nearly caught up, so we'll catch up and then we'll do the run through for people who are going, who want to bring their kids for free. We'll show you how to do it on Ticketmaster. Sorry, Adrian Barnes. Richo was a dog in the whole Galvin saga. I've said heaps at the time and last week that the big multi-million-dollar deal he offered Galvin was a lie to protect the Tigers. Certainly was. And I actually put a big article about that at the start. As soon as it started, that before it had even been released, I put it on the kennel.net, to be honest. Got absolutely hammered, the article that I did, in true kennel.net style. Yep. But said all of that and more. Could see it a mile away. And I also said that he has made it untenable for any side other than Parramatta to take Galvin on. With the team that would suffer the most by purchasing Galvin would be the
Bulldogs.
Because of Gus Gould. And
suffered they have.
Yeah, it's been really hard to deal with. And can you imagine that kid feeling like, it's my fault this has happened? Because
his play has the resilience he's shown, guys. He's been
Oh, mate.
unbelievable for his age. You can see why he's come straight from high school into first grade. He's got way more maturity than his years suggest, but he's got that resilience, and he's establishing himself into a team, and he's going to be around guys for a long time. And just wait till he hits a little bit of his potential. He's still learning, guys. Every game, still learning. Still developing. He is going to be amazing for us, guys. So it's
And
all
you still
up
got
and up,
people,
hopefully.
and you still got people trying to make him big note themselves, saying he's not a 7. Like, who cares? He's not a 7 because you didn't execute this correctly. Fuck me. Richardson made that offer purely to placate their fans and engage the media 100%. Who would have thought a guy that runs a podcast can talk? Thank you, Brian. Joe, if we win, the whole Bulldogs crowd should chant Galvin's name, hopefully after a hat-trick. I love it, mate. Maybe that's what we can do. Like, let's get going. Let's just get the Galvin.
We do that.
Like Reynolds.
The biggest one that starts off all the chants, guys, is the Brave Dog. He always gets the chants going. He's very good at that. He's been staying in the area where I am now in the kennel, so we'll get him doing the Galvin, get him going, guys.
He's got to come on.
He wants to come on, guys. He's coming on soon, guys. We're getting him on, maybe even next week, guys.
That's after the win.
After the win, we'll get him on. You can see
Killer Man is like a
without his makeup.
Give me something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. There you go. Galvin is a baller. Very happy with his progression and maturity on the field. Let's get this win I need to get over last week. It's good to see you, Rami. It's good to have new people on the show. If we score those 2 first tries, fans would have said Sack Hayward extend man for 10 years. They probably would. They probably would. After Bailey had his best game the week before.
Here's a message for Dave, mate. Next one. Message for Dave.
Oh, sorry, what?
Go back. Up one.
How about some saxophone gas? Some saxophone.
Dave, if you want to swap the recorder out for a saxophone, mate, by all means, be my guest.
He does so much for us.
There you go.
Yep, Galvin has been so strong in everything on and off the field. It's not the same circumstances, but I compare it to Pearce in a way of everyone trying to bring down young Mitch Pearce. Yes.
Yeah. Although Galvin hasn't
the Wizard as well.
Although Galvin hasn't played with the Dogs, as in the real Dogs, as Pearce did.
I respect Galvin so much for continuing to keep that smile on his face after copying so much crap. All right. We've caught up. Well done, people.
So for those of you who have got a Bulldog membership and you want to take your kids, the juniors under 17 to the game, we're going to show you how you can do that for this week's game. So if you've got your access to your Ticket Master, you can probably follow us on there now. If you've got access to your Ticket Master, you can go on there, do a search Bulldogs, type in Bulldogs there, mate, and do your second one. Yep, and then select the game.
Down, Bulldogs.
Yep, select the game. So if you come down, you'll see the West Tigers game this week. Select that game there. Just click on that. Yes. Okay, so you might already have your tickets, or you might even have your membership. So I'll show you how to get the kids' tickets as well, so you can get those free. So on the right-hand side there, so it's just click on see where it's got 2 tickets. Change that to 1 ticket. On the left, just come down. No, where you were, stay on the right there. Stay on the right. Come down where it says 2 tickets. Come down. 1. Keep coming down, mate. Yep. Change it to 1, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then go down, click on general admission, the first one. Yep, that one, 35. Click on that. Okay, now make the adult, make it 0 yep, make it 0. Now come sliding down, and you'll see, keep coming. You'll see one for the Bulldog member. Keep coming. There'll be a 0. Yep. So keep coming. Free. There it is. Members free junior offer. Unlock that. Now in this area here. And this is where you can put your member number, so you can hide that for yourself, Michael, if you want to hide your member number. It's up to you. No, yeah, I don't know if you can try a generic one and see if that works. Okay, so that's unlocked. So yep, so you can go down, select one on that one. You can only do one. You can do up to two with your membership. You have to do them one at a time, guys. So if you come down and select get tickets, then all you do is you put the rest of your address in there and submit. The ticket will come up, and then you can save it on your phone. You know how you can do the on the side where you double click on your phone, guys.
So
if you want to do two,
you don't have to do the adult ticket with it.
If you've already got your tickets, otherwise you can add your adult ticket. But what that tells you is you can basically do it, and they're not even charging any fees to do it as well for a junior. You know, normally they charge you the additional $8-9 just for the fees. If you want to do your additional adult one, if you haven't already got your tickets, otherwise some people I've got like the members one where you scan when you come in. If I wanted to add my daughter or something like that, then you just basically do it that way, and you can take them along. So you would then put your address, and then that's it. You would just confirm and proceed to payment, and that's all you would do there, guys. So that's how you do it. If you're not sure, guys, obviously just watch it back and you can have a look.
Beautiful.
All
Great work there, brother. Great work. And hopefully I'll win Lotto so I can go this week. And I will be shouting if I win $1 million tonight, if I win Oz Lotto, I'll be shouting 1,000 people to the game. Ooh. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. To beat Wests. That's how I roll.
What's next? Brian saying he wants me on the recorder for life. Thanks, Brian. There goes that flag you wanted, buddy. No, I'm kidding. Love listening to this song. I can feel it in the air tonight, or some Chicago. King Windy 1. Got to stop with the AI slop graphics. Is that an attack on you, Mick? Unfortunately, we don't hire sort of graphic designers and all that stuff. You know.
So King Windy. So how much time should I spend, and how much money should I pay for it to get a photo thing, and how much time should I do to make all this stuff?
Yeah.
When AI can just do it
fast and effective. Yep.
So thanks for your contribution.
Yeah,
Windy is probably a good name to have for you. Lots of wind.
Contribution financially, to help support you to pay for it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry.
Yep, that's it. Pay me and I'll stop it. I'll do it all for money.
Galvin is a legend. He took the time to take a picture with my kids while he was at the beach on the Gold Coast. How good is that, guys? How good is that? That's our man.
Thanks, Tiana.
Keen for the game this week. Hopefully, Kicks and Critter are fit and ready to go. Yay. I hope we absolutely smash them this week. I know a few of our players have a year left for the Dogs, but do you brothers know anything about Burden, Preston, and Mann, whether they're getting re-signed? Hate to lose.
I hate to lose any of them. I think Mann's most likely to be good. I think Mann may struggle for next year to be signed. I think Birdo and Presto obviously will finish their contracts there next year. But look, I think there'll be an effort to sign both players, and it'll just come down to the players on what they can get and whether we can pay enough. Like, it just comes. People just say, "Oh, you just pay whatever they want. They've got an open ticket." Well, do they? Like, you want us to sign all these other players and to keep these other players. And one of the things you'll hear about is, we've talked about this plenty of times, but they signed Salmon. Well, they extended him 2 years ago. He's not going to affect, his contract doesn't affect them. Get rid of him and give his money to someone. Well, he might need more than that. So who else do we get rid of, and who do we replace them in the 30 with?
Yeah.
Like, come on. People who start using their brains a little bit better, I think. Me included. Matty Warren, you guys need more recognition from the club, to be honest. You do more to promote the club than their social media department. Well, I think, look, I spoke to John Curry on this podcast and a few times. And I told the great man that one of my actual, the way I've always worked for work and stuff, people that I looked up to and that, is that they try to make their jobs redundant. So I do this in the hope that the club gets to a point where there literally is there's no benefit to people doing podcasts, because the club is so good at it, at everything they do to promote the club, and everything, the way that they engage from fans on all levels is so good that it just makes people doing anything on the outside just completely redundant. And that's what I mean. And I think they've come a long way. I think there's a lot more stuff that the club has done with its social media, that a lot of podcasts, a lot of social media content creators now just grab a lot of their stuff and just share it around, rather than have to do it all themselves. And the NRL haven't always made it easy, and you've got all the copyright stuff that comes through and that. But look, we've got 2 tickets to give away, which is a start. Sometimes the club doesn't know. I'm still waiting for a call back in relation to some things, but the club's the club. They got to manage things. They got no loyalties to us. They're paid to do their job and know what they got to do. And the recognition we get from the people who are sitting here contributing way more money than they would ever get. The money that has been paid by some of the fans that obviously can afford it and are investing in us would easily pay for the stuff 10 times over that we give away. So obviously that's just our token response sort of thing. Like, we want to give back as much as we can. But yeah, look, it's more about our community and what we're trying to build and turning some people around. Like some fans in our community will tell you they used to look at things differently, and now they look at it in a similar way to us. It's not all, doesn't have to be doom and gloom, and it doesn't have to be always, win or lose, and that's all that matters. It's about being part of this club and this legacy and continually supporting it until it can get what we want. And how sweet will it be if we are lucky enough to get that moment again, where it doesn't matter when you've got the cup and you're holding it up. It means so much to us, and we'll talk about it forever, because we always do. We still talk about all these grand finals. We'll never stop. And our kids will talk about them. Aki's going to talk about stuff that he never saw happen. But he'll know through the stories and the stuff that was passed down. And his kids will know about it one day. When Grandfather Gas is sharing the stories around the table, when he was there and stepped past Hazem El Masri to the point Hazem had to tackle him in Oztag to stop the rot.
It wouldn't let me get try number 6.
No, he's not scoring. He's not scoring 6 tries on me.
5 was the limit. 5 was the limit. Sorry, buddy.
I'm sure he remembered that moment when he was kicking that goal from that right touchline against the Knights in 2002. The only good memory of the year.
We used to play 2-on-2 in the backyard, mate. Haz and his brother and me and my late brother. 2-on-2 in the backyard. Not a big yard, but yep. As long as it wasn't soccer, we had a chance, because he was much better in soccer.
Well, my backyard, 3 laps of the yard was one field.
Wow.
You used to have to, and running into the fence was like a hit up.
Yeah.
So many dents in our fence. Might explain a few things to you guys. Might all make sense now.
That's it, mate.
Might all make sense.
King Windy. Our fans have spoken. Our fans have spoken.
Is blowing in the wind.
Daniel O'Donnell starting at 9 for New South Wales. Looking forward to seeing how he goes.
He played a bit of New South Wales Cup, Heinzie, already, and he gets he's obviously next man up. He's been in Massey because they've had Gordon and Young there in New South Wales Cup. Gas should be the media guy for the club. I'm sure he'll. If ever an application comes up, he might apply.
I was told when the Centre of Excellence opens, come and see us. Those were the words I heard. If I want a career change,
there you go, bro.
Up the doggies.
I might run the Queensland fan group up here.
That's it.
200 grand a year, I'll do it for.
Heinzie's asking if Jack Ennis is Mick's son, and he's been answered by Timmy. Yes, he is.
And he's starting in Ron Massey this week at hooker.
Mr. Vietnam. Come on, dog.
Good morning, Andy Sage.
That's it.
Welcome, Andy, brother.
That's why his dad rubbishes Hayward. And, you know, funny thing is, when they asked him the other day, who's your favourite player? He said Bailey Hayward. These hookers, mate, they've got a community, mate. They stick together. Look, it's the same thing. You hear Blocker Roach talk. He's always focused on the front rowers. Every position someone will talk about, they always focus on what's closer to their heart. Andrew Johns is always focusing on the halfbacks. It's just what they do, guys. That's
Blocker turns up and he goes, "Oh, which player am I talking about today? Which player?
Yeah.
Which player do I focus on? Which young fella that I don't know about? Oh, I can't say his name. You got to change it. Give me another one."
Everyone that just says give them whatever they want obviously hasn't run a business. They need to balance the books. That's right.
That's it.
The dynamic duo. G'day, Pete Weber, Mr.
G'day,
All
Pete.
Things Bulldogs. How are you, buddy?
All Things Bulldogs. Well, he's running All Things Bulldogs. He's running it.
He's running
and All Things Bulldogs Media. There you go, brother.
Yes.
Love it. They are just, but they aren't. Pete, we love the dynamic duo. Thank you. What do you think of Critter's injury? I think it sucks. That's what I think, and I think he's had it a few times.
He wanted to get up and walk off the other day, but they asked him to stay down and as a precaution because he was walking not long after in the change rooms. He wanted to get up and walk off, but because he couldn't have that feeling in his arm, they wanted him to stay down and just take every precaution, which is fair enough.
If his spine's been impacted,
yep.
It can look when you get nerve damage and stuff like that. It there's people who get it just from a little fall or whatever, and they can't pee anymore. They can't have SEX. There's things that happen to people with these. These guys are getting hitting the liver and the kidneys, and it's legal assault. They deserve respect, less than the opposition team. Brian, running into too many fences, Mick. No wonder why you're such a good-looking bloke.
That's it.
At least I don't look like I've been hit by a bus, but like some blokes.
What did they say? A face only a mother can love.
And she loved it. SMK 1390. Let's go. I'd love to see Con stay in the dog system and keep developing him. He had a good game on the weekend. He's been playing well. He's got a lot of ticker, that's for sure. And he, he's got a bit of skill as well, which probably not something that many people know about.
Let's have a look at the cup teams, mate, side by side, since we've got some questions here. Also, Tay Cochran keeps getting better. Let's bring that up, mate. Have a look at where Cherries ended up.
We'll show the ladder as well. So they'll be playing on Sunday, 2:15. So players that don't get a run on Saturday are a chance of coming into this side. So as usual, there could be a lot of changes. Belmore against Wests, 4th versus 8th. two desperate sides. Angus Fahey into the side with Bronson, Cherry, Daniel O'Donnell, Justin Matamua, and Tay Cochrane. Tay played Ron Massey last week in their win. Gordon Chan come Tong, Jed, Lipoi, Marcello, Mitchell Woods out with that hamstring injury, and Patrick Young is out. I need to see if he's gone back to Jersey Flag or if he's been injured. I'm not sure. But the west side, they got Heath Mason, Junior Tupou, who's come back to the club. Javon Andrews, Jock Madden, Tristan Hope, Maverick Guy, Tony Suka, Kit Lowley. Don't really know too many others. You got Lincoln Cliff, Justin Matamua, Finau Latu, and Angus Fahey is the bench for the Dogs. AJ to start at lock. Chase Patterson, who's the young fella who's doing quite well. Logan Spinks had another great game. Zion Mayu, Daniel O'Donnell, and Broden Cons. With Conti Dykes into 5'8", Nick O'Mealy out in the wing with Bronson. Sasai. Sasai's been playing on the right edge, so Bronson will play left. I think
Patrick Young is not in the flag team, so you know.
So he must be injured. He must be injured. Tay Cochrane back to fullback, which I love for Tay. Very good player. I want to say something about Sasai Alatini, guys. We did a big focus on Sasai last year. Got to do a little, he answered some questions and stuff, and we did a little video. 9 games this year. I thought he got knocked out on the weekend. He actually didn't. He got back up, and he's going good. He's really progressing. And I think there hopefully is a spot for him in the 30 next year. And he might have something in his contract where that's the case. But not too sure what's happening. But 117 metres this year. He's an edge-back rower who's played centre and getting better and better and better at it and getting a lot of offloads of late. So have they got any offloads on there? Yes. So you got 2 last week, 1. So basically offloads every single game. Last game against West, he actually had 3 offloads. He's getting a bit more ball. So he's doing a good job, young Sasai Alatini. He's come on a lot. He struggled in that trial match against the Cowboys at the start of the year. But what I loved is that when he got belted, he kept getting up and he kept trying and he come on again. He kept wanting more and more and more, even though it was a tough game. And, yeah, I'm liking him. He's doing a good job. So hopefully we see more of him. Obviously, Bronson's got a lot to prove there this week. So hopefully he goes out there and has an absolute blinder in New South Wales Cup. He'll probably, I don't know if they'll continue to talk about Bronson Cherry on the NRL and stuff like that. Now that he's actually settled that he's going to the Storm next year, they might just let it peter out and not talk about it. But he had a couple of good games in Cup at the start of the year, but he also had a game where in the first half he didn't touch the football. So that's something we need to hopefully. We'll need him to have a good game here, because that West team is full of fringe players and experience as well, but also a lot of young guys that have come up because they have some injuries, and they've put a lot of young fellas into that NRL squad this week as well. So, what's the questions on it there, Gas? Who's asking questions?
Talking about Tay's got a big future in the game.
Hope so.
Face like you've been hit by a bus, mate. I feel personally attacked. Old fella Dave. I've been hit and reversed over by a bus.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Sorry, mate.
Patterson named for flag as well.
As well, is he? There you go. Matty.
Assuming we've signed McLean and Luzik to first grade, who takes the last few positions?
Yeah, well, I think we need to dedicate another episode to that. It's a big talking point. Could talk about it for an hour.
Maybe after we win the grand final, we'll have a talk about it.
I think Lussick comes in. Thank you, Gas. I think Lussick comes in for unfortunately, for our good friend Jake Turpin, who we love. And McLean, I think, is a cheaper option for us than Bronson Cherry. I think Jethro will take Sewer's spot in the top 30. So this is how you sort of just got to slide it around and see how it goes. Obviously, DSF is out, so Underhill potentially goes into his spot into the 30. Curran is gone. Potentially Spinks comes into his spot in the 30. Spinks and Underhill, I'm pretty sure are going into the 30. I think AJ Jones is into the 30 for 1 year. And I think he will come in for potentially a Sam Hughes, potentially. Not sure. But look, I think there will be 1 or 2 signings that we don't know about that are coming into our club. Obviously, Connor Vitano, whose spot does he take? Does he get a top 30 spot ahead of a Tay Cochran, potentially? I'm hoping Tay gets in there as well. I think there's much fullbacks these days, especially the guys built like that, can play roles on wings and provide really good backup for your outside backs, even though they're fullbacks in their age groups and coming through. They can definitely provide assistance in those roles.
Aussie guys, probably referring to the guys getting flogged at training all week to recover. Andy's following up on the sentiments we've had a few times as well, which is good. I like how Jethro bounced back in the second half, showed a lot of skill. Yet to see him get a lot of open play to show his speed. Yeah, that'll come, mate. That'll come as we build into the back end of the year, scoring a lot of points against teams. Alatini has surprised me at centre. I thought he was a forward. He looks good.
Yep, looks a good one.
Corey Ackers named twice in the Ron Massey side.
That's just a mess up, Timmy.
Yes, Andy,
obviously.
to be named after that, say something, but I'm saying that possibly Montoya may come in as well. Pete reckons.
Well, he possibly could come in. We did talk about that, Pete, at the start. That is a possibility. I hope Jethro retains his spot.
Yep.
And Montoya's there as cover, but we will see what happens.
Thoughts on Dyke's retention? Has he shown enough promise? Well, he has shown.
He's shown a lot of promise throughout his whole career. I think it comes down to, do they trust
his body to
the
hold
top
up
30 spot to someone? Do they think he's going to be able to handle playing NRL week in, week out? I think retaining him will be not something that will cost a lot of money, potentially. Not knowing what he's on or anything like that, but I assume it's not over 200 grand. So you'd think he could get another 1 year extension potentially, but maybe Connor Vitano replaces Dykes in the 30. Like, you just don't know. You just do not know. But he seems
Dykes
like
he'd be
a
an
lovely
option
human
for the new teams as well, potentially, especially like Perth, maybe. Like, he'd be good cover for them if like the Dogs didn't keep him, for example. Like, he would be potentially sought after. He's got some talent. So
yeah,
I'm hoping we keep him. I'm hoping, we do what we did with him, like Connor Tracy. We got him there. He's had a few knee reconstructions. He's didn't have an opportunity, but we build them up. We got him ready, and then we're now getting the rewards out of Connor, and we've seen a lot of success out of him. So I'm hoping, but I think he's got even more potential at that fullback role than even Connor does. So a lot more dynamic attack as well. So that'll be good to see. When is Hughes back?
No idea.
Haven't heard much about him.
Crickets.
The other one we've got is Jack Todd was named in the cup side and didn't play. Any news on that one?
No idea.
He was named in the starting team, so that was disappointing. Yeah,
must have had a little injury or a little knock or something, and they've just, just kept it quiet.
Might have been the Tuala bug. Anyway,
that's it.
Is Jesse McLean a superstar in the making? If he is the less talented version of Casey?
Well, he was considered the most talented when he was coming through, but definitely not playing with the same confidence or ability as his brother at the moment. But has always shown promise and has always been a big name in those grades. Like everyone knew the McLean brothers. They got targets on them and whatever else. So very good players, and he could definitely, if he gets to his potential, we've got a player there for sure. But look, it's not like Stephen Crichton and Christian Crichton. Well, Christian, handy winger, tough, but put him in a side that's struggling like ours, he wasn't going to do much.
Yep.
Put him in a good side, he can finish well. But I think, yeah, Jesse probably has a lot more upside than that player.
Speaking of injuries, the latest on Mitch Woods.
Crickets.
That's going to be a full analysis on him. Obviously, fourth time this year now, the hamstring. So that's going to be another deep delve into his, his soft tissue there again. So no luck, the poor fella this year. Connor Tracy only plays right side. I don't understand. He doesn't go left. Maybe that's where they're kicking to him. Not sure. Or where they want him to play. I think Hughes' next game will be for Perth.
Potentially.
Since you ignored my whole comment earlier, it shows you guys didn't mind the poor performance last week. It was an embarrassing performance.
What whole comment?
I only saw the second half of it. I don't know if you overran the first half.
Didn't even see it.
Let's have a look. I'm trying to see if it's there. No. Aussie.
Calm down, bro. Like, we've gone through hundreds of fucking comments.
Don't see nothing that's not red. And
maybe YouTube blocked it, mate.
Only saw the second half of your comment on the other one. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe you worded it in a way which YouTube blocked it without us seeing it. Maybe it got flagged. I don't know. I have no idea.
Only one I saw is the one that you put about being flogged all week in training. That's it. So the other one is maybe you didn't hit send as well sometimes.
What I'll say, Aussie guys, is that the whole team wasn't poor. Individuals made a few mistakes which affected the whole team and made the whole team pay for it. There was big hits. You know, there's a couple of moments where Ethan Strange, no one could get a hand on him, and that was annoying. And there was Cherry's moment where he didn't catch the ball. There was guys who Carraz got the ball stripped off him. Carraz was accidentally offside. Carraz got penalised for a legal tackle. You know, we've gone over and over and over it. Are we okay with the performance? Well, I want to win, and there were certain things I was definitely unhappy with, but that's the difference between people who want to simplify everything as win or loss, or look to what did we do well and what didn't we do well, and go from there. So if you just want to be one of these people that just, it was either rubbish or it was good, that's up to you. But what we think shouldn't matter to you. You worry about what you think. All we say, though, is if you come on this place, you be respectful. Sometimes that doesn't apply to me, though.
Perth Bulldogs will be my second team.
The Perth Penrith Bulldogs, the Canterbury Bankstown Perth Panthers.
He's correcting. He's just adding Connor Tracy in the attacking 20-meter red zone. He never sweeps to the left. Not sure if it's execution problem or skill set. Sometimes it could be also a directive by the how they want him to play, where they want him to come as well. They want certain players to be running the left, certain players to be running right. Who knows? I mean, he's got, obviously, as a fullback, you think he's got chime in wherever he needs to be. So he's supporting that way, but it just depends on what they ask him to do. G'day,
Good
Bulldogs. How are you, buddy? Any interest in us getting Sam Healy from the Warriors? Well, we would absolutely love to have someone like a Sam Healy, a genuine hooker with a good running game, but I don't think that's an option at the moment.
Yeah, I
And
think
that
he'll
one
be
would cost
staying
quite
at
a
the
bit as
Warriors.
well. And that would cost quite a bit as well.
Mm.
Heinze reckons that Bronson has played his last first grade game for the Doggies.
Probably. But
Mm.
a few injuries, and if he shows some form and wants to pay his friends back and help him and send him off, he might find his form again. You never know. Kia ora to you as well, Tahi. Good to see you, mate.
Tahi, bro.
Are we happy with
Are
the
we
performance?
happy with the performance? No, but also not going to burn the house down because of it. Yeah, that's right, Brian.
Exactly. Gas on the triangle at all things Bulldogs. Thank you, Matty. Matty Warren's right up there with it all.
There you
got
go,
all the
Bulldogs.
good oil lately.
There you go, Ziad. He's signed until 2028, mate. So, yeah, he would have been a good option back in, when he was available. But, yeah, he was not going to be let go very easily. He's a good option for them as well. So
let's quickly do who do the Bulldogs need to win this week? We just need to look. We need the Panthers to beat the Broncos. I'll go through let's bring that up. Let's share it. Let's get this, make it bigger for us. So, we're already smaller. That's good. Here we go. So we want Penrith to beat the Broncos, of course. They can stay out in front. Sharks versus Knights.
4th and 5th.
It's a hard one. Sharks to beat the Knights. Maybe they can keep sliding. Roosters versus Storm. Probably want the Roosters to win. Raiders versus Rabbitohs. As much as we don't want, probably need Rabbitohs to keep losing. There are 2 wins in front of us. They're a team. If we win our games, we need to replace someone in the 8. Okay.
And if they get Latrell back soon, they could go on another run.
So knocking them down and making it tough for them, that'll be good. And we've got another game against them as well. Warriors versus Dragons. Don't care in that game, to be honest. Obviously, we've got to beat the Tigers. We'll want the Titans to beat the Seagulls.
Yes.
And Dolphins, Cowboys, another tough one. Probably want Cowboys to lose. Because it's getting to that point where we've got to replace someone in. A couple of draws wouldn't hurt us, but could hurt us.
Cowboys have got a worse for and against as well. They've got -16 against 64 for the Dolphins, courtesy of that 66-point flogging to the Sharks.
So Dolphins to have that bounce back this week and beat the Cowboys. Probably go ahead a little bit, but we're probably just going to do this 1 or 2 rounds. But not for, obviously, Panthers can beat the Eels. Roosters can beat the Knights. Storm versus Rabbits. If the Storm lose this week, hopefully.
A bit of revenge there. Yeah, so.
Raiders and Wests. If Raiders are ahead of West because they have that win this week, get West to beat them after losing to us, of course.
We put 40 on the Warriors. Put 40 on the Warriors.
We'll need to put 40 on the Warriors. Sorry, Tahi. Broncos to beat the Cowboys then. Dragons to beat the Titans, whoever's behind. Sharks to beat the Seagulls. And I think if Seagulls have had 2 or 3 losses in a row, they're not going to be sitting 9th. They're going to be sitting way back. But, yes, it's getting do or die. James Graham's written us off now too. He's given up. Jimmy Graham, the great Jimmy. He goes, the team and the players, they're the only ones who believe that they can still do it. But he's written us off for the rest of this season. So there you go.
I like that. More motivation for the team.
That's it. Do a ladder predictor. I can't get the NRL one to work for me anymore.
It's
not
changed for
working.
some reason. It's changed for some reason, yeah. It's
We've
not the
got
same as it used to be.
Scotty Schultz, the Joker, Brave Dog, and the Wizard. I was behind the Wizard in line last week when I was waiting for the gates to open. You should become something, Timmy. What could Timmy become?
Bullfrog.
No. Careful.
What?
Some people
He can
take
be
offense.
he can be bullfrog.
People think they can bloody no. People
He's
think
the
they can talk on
Timmy.
behalf of
Timmy's
Bullfrog.
Timmy's the family club.
Timmy can be one of the main men of the Dogfather. He can dress up like a gangster and put the glasses on. Blue and white gangster. He's there. Don't fuck with Timmy.
He's giving him. Is there a name there? The theologian.
We love Timmy. I'm gonna have to get. We'll have to get Timmy onto the things. Dave actually made an appearance on our little intro. So it's where's Dave? It's like where's Wally? Where's Davey? He's gonna put it. Eh?
Timmy, because he does his Bible class. We call him the Reverend.
Bloody hell, gas.
Don't worry, Timmy. Timmy's the man that asks all the questions.
Yeah, he asks all the questions we want him to ask too.
That's it.
Warriors, we love you, Timmy. And I've got to send you my
100 on the Dragons. Sorry, Dragons fans, Warriors. Whoa. Is there anyone missing from the Warriors, or are they all out there? When's Tuivasa-Sheck back? Is he injured, or when's he back?
Sorry, I just got a funny message
right.
from Matty Byron.
There's it. Timmy, Manly don't have a good record against the Titans on the Gold Coast. Thanks, Timmy.
They don't. Go the Titans, Timmy.
And just another thing, while we're doing that, has Dave given you any stats for this week's game against the Tigers that you may have forgotten to do?
No, he's been very, very busy.
That's all right.
But he has said to me, he said South is the big one. Out of all the teams that may possibly drop out of the 8, South is the only one that we actually get to play. So South's losing is the big focus. With the Dolphins' history of dropping off towards the back end of a season, we want them to keep losing as the pressure will increase with every loss. So we want a couple of teams to drop out of the 8.
They'll if we keep winning, they'll play each other as well. They'll take care of that for us. If we win all our games, we'll definitely get in. The equation is simple. We need to win. There you go. See, that's it. Since beating Manly, their form has been shaky. Yeah, they haven't done too well, Timmy, mate. They've Fosball is almost gone.
Who's Bo Ryan's character?
Which one? Was that the one when he was on the street or something, or which one was that?
Timmy, you can do DJ Yalla.
Oh, that's right. He did do that other guy, yeah.
Doggies.
The only people that need to believe is the team and the All Thing Bulldogs family. That's it, mate.
That's right, brother. Blue and white pride.
There you go. Timmy likes it, mate. Relax. Calm down. Chill, buddy. Chill. There you go. Look, and there's. See, I didn't know that. Sorry, mate. It's religion related. There you go. See? Matty Warren's onto it, mate. The scientist. He's got it ready.
James.
Jerome Hughes out injured as well. Oh, didn't he play this week? So he must have gone already. That'll be both starting halves out. That's interesting.
I think Chase Patterson was one of those kids who come from the Warriors system, was he? Let me see. Rugby League Project's a good place to find stuff. It's only got from New South Wales Cup, though. Pretty sure he was Chase Patterson. Let me see.
Tahi Bro saying the Dragons are going to be difficult. RTS is finished for the season.
No, he's a
pretty much
Queenslander. Fuck.
both Wires and Dragons' best lineup. Okay. I would be upset about running over both in my wheelchair in the intro video.
So I was wrong. He's from the Caloundra Sharks. He's actually Sunshine Coast. Played for the Melbourne Storm jersey flag in 2024, and has come through to the Bulldogs. So he was a Storm junior via the Sunshine Coast, and I'm pretty sure that Jack Underhill was another one of those, but the Storm didn't want him, so we took him.
Bad luck.
So
Mike Cool, Tiger's most recent debut at Hayward was my cousin's high school mate. Very good player and brings a lot of creativity, so we have to target him.
Beautiful.
Up the Doggies. NRL.
Hey, did you go to do Tahi's question already?
You were too busy, mate, to listen to that one.
Oh, okay.
I already went through it, yep.
Oh, it's just that you said it after Michael's. You must
Yeah,
have
no,
said
I
it
already done
before
it.
Michael's.
I already done it earlier.
All
when
right.
you were searching for the other fella.
All right, brother.
Critter should be as captain, been saying it for a while. Maybe I'm just biased. Well, he can't stay around forever, Isaiah, so who knows?
Should replace the entrance song to the All Things Bulldogs theme song every home game. That's it.
You don't even like the song, Mike. I'm kidding.
Mike fucking loves it.
Never leaves early. Never leaves early. Wouldn't be upset. There you go. All right.
G'day, Dave.
Welcome. Late to the podcast, though. Can I ask what happened on Saturday? I mean, I understand the disallowed tries, the drop balls, Jethro. The guy can be going, what happened?
Dave, I would say you can watch the replay, mate.
Yeah.
We talked and we did do a watch along of the game. We also did a review on Sunday. So obviously we provide a lot of reasons. There was obviously some individual stuff, and the whole team had to pay for it. And
combination of things, referee errors, everything.
It's just a melting pot of a terrible weekend for the NRL Bulldog side. Simple as that. And then you have Mitch Woods going down in Cup. It was a weekend where everything that would go wrong did go wrong, and the worst possible result for us was not just a loss, but a big loss. Really didn't need that. And on to this week. Let's go. Timmy is chill like the Dogfather. Snoop Dogg token on the dog. That's it, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
There you go.
Is there anything else we've got for tonight, guys?
The
draw.
The draw for the tickets.
You want me to spin the wheel?
Yep. So we should have 5 people in there.
Guys, let's
anyone else want to go to the game this week and wants 2 tickets, guys? Type 1 and send it now if you're keen, or if you want to give them away to someone that you know wants to go.
So who are the people so far, mate?
Look, we've got another one that's just come in now. So
guys, if you want to go to this game, come on.
We've done a couple now. So Brandon Hurst, 926. Have you got him in there? Bopper. If you've put it before, guys, if you've already put it before, it'll only do one time for you. So
who else?
Matty Warren.
Yep.
Tim as well. Coco 157.
Makes me want a hot cocoa before bed. Hot Milo.
Yeah, hot beverage, yeah. Sayed Ajmal. Sayed Jamal, sorry.
I think that's his real name, though.
Okay.
Yep. Who else?
So you've got Bopper. He's already done it twice. Okay. So Bulldog Mike 75.
Beautiful. Anyone who wants extra tickets for friends to come along, go in the draw.
AKZZ. If you wanted to come, I know you've put 1, 2, 3. If you want to come, just put 1 only. Unless you're doing all 3.
If I win, we'll attend, but I'm already going. But
Sorry, I
probably
can't make
it.
It's my real name. Huh? Okay, yeah, sorry, buddy.
And we've got Rick and Morty in the Sayed. So did you see? I'm Rick and Gas is Morty in the intro song at the start. It's quite funny for those who love Rick and Morty. Very good series. Very good series.
All right, mate. I think we're.
Any more? Any last minutes?
How many have you got there? Should be 7. Just check it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only got 6. Brandon, Bopper, Matty Warren, Coco, Sayed, and Bulldog Mike.
Put Tim.
Oh, Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy.
Down. Timmy. Timmy Gray. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's bring it up. We'll present the wheel. Thank you to all those who have thrown in. Does Tony want to be in the wheel? I don't know.
Warming my neck up for the outro.
That's it. Sorry. I love it. Isn't it funny? I actually listen to my own song, drive around and shit. Really loud. Let's go. Give me the drum roll, my friend.
Coming right up, mate. Coming right up. Okay.
Let's go, spinner. Here we go. Where will it stop? Nobody knows.
Hey!
Say it,
Jamal.
Great that you won it, my friend. Well done to you.
Congrats, buddy. We know you're still on, mate. You just sent a message.
Yep. Send a message through to Gas and we'll get you sorted. G'day, Aussie again. After what happened last year with the hand gesture. After what happened last year with the hand gesture insult and loss earlier this season, our team need to pay back the Tigers 100%, brother. Brian says, and me. Oh, sorry, Brian. Yeah, well,
right.
Congrats, Sayed. Tay said Kikau must be due back. Yeah, he's definitely close, my friend. Score predictions. Bulldogs 19, Tigers 18. Sean O'Sullivan to kick the winning field goal.
Whoa.
Let's go. Bailey Hayward to get a double. That's another option we didn't think of, isn't it? Another option.
Oh, you want Gordon to go into the team and Hayward to go into the 5'8"?
Gordon goes into the 9 and Bailey goes into number 6.
Plenty of options.
We had some good wins with that Cronulla game, the Roosters game.
Mm.
Oh, my God. The options. So I love the versatility of the team. I don't give I know it's all good. If we can just leave them all in the one position. Yeah, it makes good for the media. I don't care. I love the versatility. But get the wins. A few more wins would be nice, lads. That'd be nice.
Sayed doesn't leave early, guys. Don't worry. He'll be there to the end of the game.
Little boy at Belmore Station by halftime. Michael, 22-12 to the Dogs. Brian, 38-16 to the Dogs. people, thank you so much. Thank you to the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs putting up those 2 free tickets and also getting kids in for free this week with members. What a great initiative. And good luck to our girls teams, Harvey Norman Women's Premiership and the NRLW side, both winless to start their seasons, need to get a win in a very tough competition for both sides. Sayed's messaged you already.
No worries, mate.
Where is that pretender Harry, says Bulldog Mike. I don't know, mate. I thought he might have been here to get the free tickets. But maybe not. Let's go. Are we ready to go there, Gas?
All good. Let's finish off the last couple.
You can play them. We'll play.
Yeah, no worries. All good.
The last 2 minutes, guys. You want to put some chats through? Gas will run through them, or we play the song. But we'll be back. We might have something else for you before Saturday. We'll see how the week goes. Big thank you to everyone. More tickets into the draw for the jersey so far, and that'll keep going throughout July. So very, very good. Big again, thank you to Dave for donating the jersey and the money for the jersey, and for Gas for going and getting it and getting the signatures. Thank you, matey. Let's go. Go the Dogs.
Go the Dogs.
Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. Gas by my side. Talking dogs tonight. Dogfather and Gas. Blue and white pride. All things Bulldogs. Footy talking ball. Dogfather and Gas. Bulldogs to the core. Bulldog spirit. Strong and true. Blue and white. Through and through. Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Hey.